Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I play the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. I'm your host, Tom Rayleigh. It's cold in the big city. I've heard it said that New York City is a catastrophe, but it's a beautiful catastrophe, and that a typical American is the one thing that you won't find there. Our scenario is entitled Suicide Hour, and it was written by Matt Ryan and Noah Lloyd. This is a one-shot game, and Jeff Wilkins will be our GM. We're playing with pre-generated characters. All of them are NYPD detectives. So, why don't we go ahead and introduce them? My character is Detective Monk, but everybody calls me Munch, goddammit. I'm from the Lower East Side of Manhattan, and my father before me was also a cop, and I think that's all I want to say about that. Nick?
My name's Kaki Malone. I'm also a detective at the same department. I'm from the Bronx, and my family weren't cops at all. My pa was a tailor. But I read some Sherlock Holmes stories when I was a kid, and I just knew that I wanted to be a detective. It's all I've ever wanted to be.
Cool. Josh?
I'm Detective Manchester. Been walking this beat a long time. Grew up near Hell's Kitchen. It's been years now. Been a cop, and I pride myself on doing it by the book. So I'm gonna keep up that tradition, make my family, make my pop proud.
Cool. All right, the players are obviously ready. Let's begin our journey into the darkness. Jeff?
Thanks, everybody. Great intros. I'm going to do a quick shout out first to Noah and Matt. I met those guys at Necronomicon. That's how I became aware of this. They're running a website called Reckoning of the Dead, and they're putting out these, they're calling them one page, where they put an entire scenario on, they fit it onto one sheet of paper, not including the character sheet, which is got to be hard to do. So that's what I'm going to try to run. I like to prepare a lot more for this, but this is sort of a seat of my pants. So forgive me if I really mess this up. Let's do a little bit of housekeeping first. Could you guys all roll your luck stat? So just do 3d6 times 5. And everybody's muted, so I don't know if you've finished or not.
I got a 16.
Okay.
It's a 60 for me as well.
I'm 50.
And also, because I'm a nice GM, everybody bumped their spot hidden stat up by 20%. And if anybody wants to bump their firearms up, we'll say 10 minimum, but if you want to roll a d20, you can do that and see if you can get more than 10.
What was that last stat we're bumping?
The firearms?
For hand
I'll roll
roll
for the farm. 10.
Awesome.
That was pointless.
It was meant to be.
All right. 7 for me.
Oh, you can take a minimum of 10, so.
Oh.
I was just saying if anybody got higher than 10, they could add that.
Very good.
It's not very often I get to use my blackjack, but I'm hoping for this time that I get to use it. It's the way that it cracks against somebody's skull when you hit him with it.
Does anybody else have any requests? Do they want to bump anything up or add anything? Or
No, just to be clear on the spot hidden, is that 20% of the current, or add 20 points?
yeah, so whatever your stat right now is, what, 45, right?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, so make it 65.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
65.
We are detectives, you know.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Fair enough. I've been doing it a long time. I guess I said that.
All right, let's try and get this rolling here. Just real quick, in case Wayne does show up, Wayne might show up a little bit late. So if somebody jumps in, you'll know what's going on. Okay, so you guys are out on your normal rounds. When you get a call on your police cruiser that you are now being tasked to head into Chinatown, there's a report of a homicide that you need to investigate.
Good old homicide in Chinatown.
Let me back up 1 second. It's the winter of 1947. It's bleeding cold out right now. It's February, mid-February, February 17th. Yeah, so you get the call. You're not given much information other than you are pre-warned that it's going to be a messy one.
Now, are we all together, or are we all separately getting the same call?
Yeah, originally I was figuring you all would pair up with, if Wayne was going to be here, you could each pair up, but with 3 people, whatever. We'll just fudge it. So you can all be arriving at the scene pretty much, and then we can go from there.
Okay. Said it's going to be a messy one. I like the messy ones.
Oh, let's
like
hope it's not another Black Dahlia.
It's always been tough this side of town.
It is what it is. If you don't like New York, move somewhere else.
Amen.
You can see out on the street already, there's two police officers already there. They have the front of the building taped off, crime scene tape. You know right away you're in a bad part of town. Everything is run down, dilapidated. The building is pretty much condemned. When they see you, they kind of snap to it a little bit because they were waiting for you to show up. They were the first on the scene, and they pretty much discovered it and then called it in. And that's when you guys were called out to investigate. So they welcome you guys, and they're like, "How you guys doing? We got it's a slaughterhouse up there. Be prepared."
All right, cool. Yeah. Let's go up and see. Do we need gloves and shit?
I would recommend it if you have something like that.
Yeah.
It's apartment 3B. It's on the 3rd floor.
All right, let's go up, guys.
Okay.
Right behind you.
You know, I don't know if you've been on a lot of these homicides, but you can usually smell it before you even get there.
Which is 100% true. No sooner do you walk in the front door when there's a smell that you probably all have smelled before. It's a combination of human excrement and death.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah. It's so thick you can taste it on your tongue.
Unfortunately, it's not even the worst I've seen this month.
It's a weird combination of Chinese food and coppa, like pennies. Like somebody dipped their coppa pennies in the Chinese food and then shit them out, and now we smell it all.
It's a pretty vivid metaphor you got there.
I got a talent.
I assume one of you, possibly all of you, have flashlights because probably the power has been shut off in this building for a long time.
Of course we have flashlights.
It's in the daytime. It's in the morning, actually, about 8 a.m. I mean, there's light, but if you had flashlights, it would help you see better.
Are there other people in the building?
Currently, no. It's pretty much empty.
Deserted building. Well, keep your eyes open.
I'd say, too, you would all know that this is pretty much a drug house.
Yeah.
They usually call them shooting galleries. And you probably, if you didn't know it, you know it now by walking in.
Now, is it the police have arrived before us, though, correct?
Yeah, there were the first two guys out front. They were the first on scene.
All right. So there's nobody hiding up here ready to shoot us. They've already cleared it, probably. No, you're not going to give me that. Be careful.
So you guys, you head up the stairs. They're a little crookedy and little shaky, but you go up to the apartment door. The tape's kind of strung up on the door. You can easily move it aside. What would you like to do?
Well, look, Malone, you're the brains of the operation. You go first.
Yeah, I'm going to tread carefully.
I probably should say, too, I wasn't 100% aware of this, but I think what would be considered normal here is you guys are the first to investigate the scene. So in other words, the first two street cops,
right?
They checked it out. When they saw what they saw, they called you guys in. After you guys, there will be another team of like forensics, medical examiner. So it's not like you guys are going to be the only ones on scene at some point. But right now, It's just you four.
Okay,
right.
What do we got?
You three. All right, you open the door, and immediately you're blasted in the face with that smell.
Oh.
And once your lights come onto the scene, right in the middle of the living room, what you see it's a circle of chairs, couches on the wall, and a circle of chairs, and there are 8 bodies. They're all sort of facing into the center. They've all been disemboweled.
Jesus Christ.
Their guts hanging out of their bodies, and their entrails are all piled up in the center into a large pile.
Christ, God almighty, what the fuck is this?
I take back what I said before. I ain't seen nothing like this.
So let's get this out of the way with first. Sanity roll, please.
Oh, I did not pass that.
I passed 21.
Josh,
Jeff,
you're familiar with the...
What's the standard dice roll here?
So everything's going to be a D100 pretty much, except for if I ask for damage. So
All right.
your percentile, your 2 D10s.
I've got a 6.
6, so that would be a really good pass. So you're trying anything, your stat and under is considered a pass. Everything
Perfect.
over is considered a fail.
Got it. Thank you.
So passes, you're going to do 1d4, and fail is a 1d10 plus 2.
God.
Took 1 here.
1d10 plus 2. Oh,
3.
I only got 4. But I'm going to have to tell my wife about this when I get home.
Don't take the job home with you. Don't you know anything?
Yeah, she likes hearing about this shit.
Yeah, leave it all in the bar. That's what
But
I
it
do.
turns her on.
I don't tell my wife nothing.
Makes for some interesting
married
bedroom
all the
conversation.
Hey, you know it. Oh, my God.
Jeez,
You're hardly
Jesus.
affected at all. What is this? You really did see a lot of shit this month. Good God.
Yeah, it comes with the
God.
territory.
What the fuck? So, can we like move around the room? I mean, see what we can see?
Absolutely. Yeah. The room is yours. The floor is yours.
How did they?
Sorry.
It's like their guts are all piled up there in the middle of the room.
Seemingly odd question, but you said there are 8 bodies. How many chairs are there?
It's a very good question. There are 9 chairs.
So there was somebody else here.
Looks that way.
What the hell were they doing?
And if you wander over to the window, you could open the shades and let some sunlight in. You don't necessarily need to use your flashlights if you don't want to.
I opened up the window. I know it's cold outside, but shit.
Yeah, get some fresh air in here.
Oh, good God. Well, what else do we see? Is there anything like on the walls or?
It is a mess. It's what you would imagine if I told you this was a shooting gallery. This is a room that people come and go. They squat. They live in for a while. They get high and they leave. So there's trash all about the floor, food wrappers, takeout containers, old furniture that like people might find on the street and bring it into the drug rooms. And
let's do a sort of a systematic sweep and see if there's anything in this room that would indicate what the hell this is.
I'd like to walk up and approach the bodies. I know you mentioned they were disemboweled, but checking for any other wounds, what might have actually been the cause of death? Unlikely that that's how this all started.
Sure. I'll tell you what, do a spot hidden for me.
Okay. That is a 79, which is not going to be a pass.
Okay. When you were first contacted on the radio, well, let me back up. The first thing you'll notice is there are 8 knives. They're either still holding them or they've been dropped to the floor.
Right. Signs of slash marks on the bodies away from the lower extremities. So check in to see if their throats were cut or if there have been any other sort of slash wounds up on the upper to mid torso.
Yeah, other than undressing them or anything like that, which you wouldn't have to do because you would know the clothing was cut. There's only the one wound where they've been disemboweled.
Okay.
Does it look like they were that the intestines were cut from their bodies, or that they were cut open and their intestines have spilled out or been thrown out of their bodies into a pile? And then I assume that the cause of death would be the loss of blood.
Yeah. If I believe one of you has medicine, you can do a medicine roll. You can do a medicine roll if you have that stat. Or even if you don't have it, you can use the base skill. That's fine.
Yeah, he's the brains of the operation.
I'm imagining there's
26 out of 30.
Attaboy.
Yes, there's blood everywhere. It almost looks as though they didn't just naturally spill out the intestines. It almost looks like they may have spilled out, but then someone or they themselves took the time to arrange them in this pile.
What the fuck?
I got 2 questions for you. The first one is, what ethnicity are these people? Are they a mixture? Are they all white, or are they perhaps Japanese?
Just by looking at them, right off the bat, 6 of them are rather scruffy. They basically, I mean, it wouldn't be a reach with your detective skills to assume that they're all junkies. The other 2 are not that way. There's a little bit of style to the clothes that they're wearing. You definitely see that they might have money. The clothing is a higher standard. didn't really think of the Caucasian. I'll just say they're all Caucasian.
Any significance in the way the bodies are positioned? So obviously the remains are in the center, but anyway, have they been posed in any way?
No, I would say not.
And they're not tied up.
Nope.
What the fuck?
Are there before we go any further into the room, are there any footprints in the blood?
Somebody leaving, maybe?
Yeah.
Do a luck roll.
Luck out of all three of us. I've had nothing but bad luck.
Are we all supposed to do a luck
that craps
roll?
game I was in.
No, I'm just
He asked, so he could.
No.
No?
53 out of 50.
so there.
That's a fail.
It does look like there's footprints, like right around the immediate area, and of course there's the splatter and everything like that. It looks like there might have been a set, but it's kind of hard to tell in all the trash and the debris.
Any other rooms in here? I'm going to check out the other rooms, see what's going on.
Knives. The knives. Are they new knives or old knives? Are they rusty? Are they shiny? Are they all the same kind of knife? Are they different knives?
All different levels of cleanness, and some are kitchen knives, some are pen knives, but they're all sharp enough to do this sort of damage.
The more stylishly dressed people, are their knives seemingly newer or cleaner looking?
Not necessarily.
Just wondered whether they brought their own.
Looks like a bunch of random people you'd pick up off the street. I say that as I'm going into the other room.
And no one tied to the chair or anything
No.
like that?
No.
Fair to say most of these fellas were probably regulars, with the exception of these two.
Yeah. Well, regulars at what?
I don't know if you've taken notice, but this is exactly the Ritz that we're standing in.
Yeah.
Detective Munch, when you start to check out the rest of the apartment, it's a small, shabby little apartment. There's like a kitchen, there's a bathroom. None of it works. There's no running water. The toilet's been used, but with no running water, it just smells and stinks to high heavens. There's a bedroom, but it's basically in the same exact condition as the living room. It's just trashed.
So nothing that looks like it's out of place, like maybe some old mystic evil book or anything like that.
You played this before?
Sorry. I'm just, obviously if there's garbage, it's garbage. But if there's something weird looking like that. And it's pronounced monk, god damn it.
You said everybody calls you Munch.
That's a happenstance. I don't call me Munch. God damn it.
I tell you guys something. I've seen junkies get up to some crazy stuff, but this takes the biscuit or cookie, as the case may be, because clearly I'm an American.
All right. We said that we have some scene or police type gear, right? So can I throw on a pair of gloves here real quick?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't see nothing in here.
I know this. I'm
Can you give me another spot hidden there, Mr. Manchester?
Yeah. 17.
Nice.
It's a pass.
When you're getting closer to the bodies to inspect them, you're trying to look at the wounds and so forth, and you happen to glance down and you notice there's a small little paper wrapped square.
Okay. I'll bend down and pick that up out of the mess. Unfold it.
On the when you go to flip it over, there is a stamp on the package of a red dragon, like with wings and a little stylized logo, and it has 3 eyes.
Hey boys, come check this out. This isn't like any symbol I've seen before. Anything you guys recognize?
It sounds so
And I shoot
good.
on the paper.
What the hell is that?
None of
It's
you
like some
recognize
sort
it.
of a. Could this be some sort of Chinatown thing? Because we're in Chinatown, right? Yeah. And like you said, you were saying Japanese because you were thinking like, what is it called? Harakiri?
Yeah, like during the war.
But these people all got knives in their hands. It's like they did it to themselves.
Well, that's it. That's it's what do they call it? Seppuku. But ain't none of these guys Japanese. So that
You know,
puts the
sometimes I think
kibosh on
it's
my
just-
idea, or whatever the equivalent of kibosh is in American slang of this period.
Sometimes I think you're too smart for your own mouth.
Yeah, my mom said the same thing.
Look what do we got here? We got dead bodies.
Look, is there any cards, dice, money, anything that indicates that there might be some sort of gambling dimension to this?
Nothing like that at all.
Ah,
Yeah, Red Dragon. We gotta go when we get back to the office. We gotta look up this symbol, see if it means something to somebody.
what is it? What, like it's like a just
It's a
a square of
three-eyed-
paper, or is
it's
it
a
a
three-eyed-
packet?
It's like a little folded up envelope, but it's only about inch or so, inch and a half.
It's like it's origami, which is another
Well,
one
no,
of those.
fellas. You know what? I know what that is. That's I mean, this is if these are junkies, that's a packet of the horse.
Like a bindle.
Yeah.
But is
That's-
there any heroin inside of it?
Yeah, so that's what I was going to ask. Is do you have the ability to unfold it and actually open the envelope, or is it just a piece of paper?
Yep, you could unfold it, sure.
Okay, that's what I'd like to do.
Okay.
All right, boy, gonna open it up.
You open it up, and like Malone has said, you would know with your experience that it's probably heroin. But when you open it up, you see that the powder or the substance is red, which is not normal.
I don't think heroin's red.
No, heroin's kind of like a brownie color. I mean, I ain't never worked the drug beat, but you know, I know that at least.
I was kind of wondering why it's called horse, but
I don't know. I think it's an Italian thing, like horse, like Charlie horse, crampe alla gambe. You know, makes you stand funny.
God
Malone.
damn, the things that you got stuffed in your brain.
Malone, with you being the brains of the operation, is there any way that we can take this back to a lab, analyze what this might be?
What are you talking a lab?
Any sort of analysis that you can provide for us?
Well, we need to find some kind of chemist or some such. I mean,
Well, I thought for a minute you didn't know what a lab was, and I'm like, what the hell?
no, I'm just saying, like the coroner ain't gonna do it.
We can get the guys over at the university to take a look at it. They probably got a smarty over there.
Hey, listen, I know you like those Sherlock Holmes novels. He was able to analyze shit like this.
Yeah, well, he didn't have to make do on my salary.
That's also because he was taking some of that stuff for himself.
Yeah, damn right.
What are you going to do with it?
We'll put it in an evidence bag.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. If I have a plastic bag, I can keep the powder in and then separate the envelope, get that in its own container, and bag them both up in evidence.
Okay, sounds good.
So we got drugs.
Well, some new kind of drug by the look of it.
Yeah, well, I don't
I mean,
think
what
that it's
is
like-
it? It ain't.
It's not paprika.
It ain't horse. It ain't the cocaine's or the
No.
marijuanas.
I never seen nothing like that, but I don't think that it's paprika or cinnamon.
It ain't the Benadryls neither.
Unless the spice trade has somehow gotten really violent.
Just in case I wasn't clear, which I thought it was obvious, but there are drug paraphernalia packets around each of them. So, like, there's either a needle sticking out of their arm or they've dropped it on the floor. You know, there's a belt or something they use to tie off. So
even the swells.
So they were flying high when this was going on.
What are the chances this is just the subject of a really bad overdose, a bunch of hallucinogens or something like that caused them to go nuts?
Well,
But they all got knives.
what about this? What if all these folks here got high and then Mr. Number 9 over here, who's not here, maybe he could somehow hypnotize them so that they would suddenly kill themselves. I don't think that's crazy, but you know, what do they call that
Well, look,
shit?
like I don't want to sound cynical, but like if you're bringing out a new drug, and the effect of that drug is that it makes you cut your guts out, you ain't gonna sell much of it.
You sell it to your enemies.
I guess so, but
Wouldn't have much of a clientele base for very long, would you?
You know, that would make for a really horrifying poison. Something you could slip into somebody's food or drink and they'd kill themselves.
I think the key element here is just what you said, Detective. I think it's finding Number 9 here and figuring out where the hell he ran off to.
Well,
why don't you all give me a spot hidden, please?
all right.
yes.
73, that's a miss.
Nah, I got blood in my eye.
I got a success there. I'm like an eagle.
Manchester, you notice by the empty chair, at first it looked like it was trash and debris, but when you look at it in the light, it looks like newer paper.
Hey boys, this here doesn't seem to belong with the rest of it. I'm gonna head on over and pick up the loose paper and examine it.
Yeah. Sorry, did I say Manchester? I meant Malone since you passed. Yeah, so you pick it up and it's nicer paper. It's almost there's scribblings on it. It looks like it's probably writing. It's hard to decipher, but you can make out words here and there, and it almost seems like a really poorly written poem.
Can I? Is it in English? Can I decipher what's on the paper, or is it mostly just symbols or scribblings?
It's a little mishmash of everything. As you start to go through, it's only like a couple sheets. You kind of are looking for some sort of understanding of it. And the best you can see, it's like a weird worded poem about some sort of mystical forest, faraway lands, magical trees, colors, and something that's like a creature. Like,
Huh. You got a bunch of hippy dippies.
This mean anything to any of you guys?
Don't mean nothing to me.
The only forest I know is around here is Central Park. Unless you go to upstate New
That
York.
ain't no forest.
It's the only forest I ever seen. Is there anything odd about the chair that's empty?
no, it's all the furniture is a mishmash of, you know, found furniture on the street that they probably brought into the drug house.
All right, I'm actually gonna head back down and chat with the two officers real briefly, just find out just the basic details of their initial call and what was reported.
Yeah, perfect.
That's a good idea. Do we know
Well,
if there are
we'll
any
go with
witnesses?
Yeah, so You can do that. Anyone want to join him, or you want to go down by yourself?
Yeah, I'll go down with him.
Yeah,
Okay.
but that one witnessed that one do it, and that one witnessed that one do it.
Yeah. Thing
But
is,
now
I
they're
guess you're kind of right.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So I'm just going to give the room one more sort of look around.
Okay.
Just like instead of focusing right on the bodies, I'm going to look at the room itself. Why would they pick this place unless it was just a convenient place out of the way where nobody would bother them?
All right, I'm going to come back to you.
Okay.
You get down to the downstairs. The two street cops are there. They're like, "Well, did I warn you or what?"
It's a pretty brutal scene up there. No doubt about that. Just wanted to ask you a few questions about the initial report. If that's all right.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
So
we
the
basically, yeah. Sorry, we just got the initial call that there was a foul smell coming from the area. Now, normally that's expected from this location, but we got several complaints about it, and we figured, well, there might be something worth checking out.
we have any names about who called it in specifically? Anybody from the area that we could potentially talk to?
I'm afraid not. Seems like they just called it in on payphone.
Do we know who owns the building?
We haven't checked that out, but it's probably abandoned. It's probably been foreclosed on.
We got a time of the initial report, trying to work an overall timeline for the potential crime.
It was 7 a.m. I think was the first call.
You boys from this area, you know much about this particular building? Any previous calls to this area? Obviously, it's a bit of a rough neighborhood.
Yeah, I mean, this is our regular beat. I mean, this can be expected. It's just the level of brutality of murder. I mean, I don't know who would do that in their right mind.
Yeah, obviously.
Sorry.
Please. Yeah, obviously a bit out of the ordinary, but any recent uptick in crime in this area? Any additional murders?
Nothing comes to mind. Nothing unusual.
Detective Malone, please.
You got any gang activity in this area? Mob, anything like that? People moving in? I mean, you got there's a lot of evidence of drug use up there.
Well, I mean, assuming the mob does exist, we are in Chinatown. The gentleman that we usually go to first is known by Needles, Mr. Johnny Chen. He's pretty much in charge around here, if you know what I mean.
Johnny Chen, is that
I know what you mean.
obviously not Italian mafia, but you guys have any call it? I hear about these triads, some of these other call them Oriental gangs around here. Any knowledge about that?
Yeah, exactly.
Triads. All right.
And
Of course,
this Chen guy's your dealer. He's your dealer or your CO.
He's pretty much in charge. Nothing really happens without him knowing about it, usually.
sort of an underboss. All right. Of course, you boys are always professional, but just wanted to make sure you didn't pick up anything while you were up there, any potential clues or anything you saw right off the bat that you may have snagged for evidence, of course.
No, this is not our first rodeo either. We came in, we just saw the chaos, and called you guys right away. This is above what we normally deal with.
We appreciate it. It's good work, boys. You, of course, let us know if there's anything else that comes to mind that you think could help with the investigation.
Yes, sir. We will. We will radio you if anything comes up.
Give them the friendly blue boy salute and head back upstairs to see if Detective Monk found anything.
While they're downstairs, Monk, why don't you give me a spot hidden roll?
Okay. I also got a question, and that's,
Yeah.
Does this stuff look fresh? Or is
Yeah.
this like been here for a couple of days?
Yeah, it looks pretty fresh.
What was I rolling? I got a 32.
Spot hidden?
Yep, I got that.
Is that a hard?
No, I only got 45 and it's not hidden.
Okay.
But I got a 32. And it was hard
All
to get it.
All right, I'll be nice. Although when I tell you what it is, you might not say I'm being nice. As you're kind of poking around, you're still kind of looking about the scenario, trying to figure out what in the world happened here. And something catches your eye in the pile of intestines. It's somewhat buried.
What the fuck?
And
This just gets grosser and grosser.
It just kind of stands out because it's an unusual color.
I'm gonna... Is there like a broken piece of furniture or something? A stick or something? I'm gonna get it and... Jeez, the things I have to do in this job. My wife's gonna love this shit. And I sort of get the stick and I sort of try to push some of the intestines out of the way to see if I can see what it is.
Yep, you do that. Just for the heck of it, do a Constitution roll.
Yeah. Constitution.
Holy cow, your Constitution is low.
Yeah. I'm like, oh shit. Whoa. Keep working on it. Whoa. It's only a thin mint. Yeah.
After
I got a really bad roll.
After that, you push aside the intestines and the excrement, and sitting in this pile is what looks like a black rock. It's about fist sized.
Holy crapola, what the fuck is that? I continue pushing the shit out of the way. Literally.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got my gloves on.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna reach over and I'm gonna pick this thing up.
Okay.
Is it like literally like a rock, like a crystal, or?
It's like nothing really unusual about it in that at first glance it would seem like just a black rock. But there's two things about it that catch your notice. The first thing is it's covered with goop and goo and
yeah.
The second thing is it feels warm. Now, maybe it's because it's been insulated and buried in that, but
well, I'm gonna. I would normally go into the restroom and get like a towel and wipe the damn thing off, but I don't think there's any clean towels in this bathroom. There's no water. I'm gonna take a look at it and then put it in an evidence bag if but what if I don't see anything weird or interesting?
Let's say do a luck roll.
12. That was good luck.
There's an old coat in the corner.
Oh, cool.
Could use that as a rag.
I hope nobody's like, it's not like their favorite coat or something. Jeez. Oh.
When you clean it off like that, it looks like there's writing on it. But it's not a writing that you've ever seen before. You don't recognize it as letters or symbols.
You know, I grew up on the Lower East Side. So there was lots and lots of different people in that area. But I don't recognize any of these letters. What the hell is that? I turn it around and I look at it. Nope. The guys at the office are going to have fun with this. Oh, you guys are back?
Yeah. Holy shit. What the hell is that? Cheesesteak?
Yeah, that's exactly what that is because I lost it.
Did you go digging through that pile?
Yeah, I did. And look what I found here. This rock. It's got some sort of writing on it. Give it to Smarty Pants there. See if he knows what the hell language that is.
You can roll. I believe you have a other language.
I do. My other language is Yiddish, which I learned from my dear old Yiddish mom. And I got 38 out of 45.
Nice.
Nice.
You don't recognize it.
Well, and it's
Well,
not
I don't know what it is.
I know it didn't
It
look like
ain't
Yiddish to me
Yiddish.
either. Doesn't look like Russian. Doesn't look like Greek. Doesn't look like Italian.
All right. So what do we got in front of us? We got a folded envelope with a bunch of magic dust in it. We got a paper with some unknown language, some sort of poem.
Got
A rock.
pile of vomit.
We know where that came from, at the very least.
That was
And
a
we
good
got,
cheesesteak too.
Got 9 chairs and 8 bodies. And one thing that we wanted to share with you is we heard from the officers downstairs that there's a local triad contact to some Asian gang. Goes by the name of Needles, Johnny Chen. Looks like he might be a decent lead to follow up with as well.
So yeah, I think I heard of him.
Do an idea roll.
Who?
I'm gonna bag up another. Is there another one of those packets?
Yeah, he said that you were the little packets are all over the place, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna bag up another one of those.
Who did you want to do a roll?
Yeah, you can do it much.
It's pronounced monk. God damn
God
it!
damn it.
I got an 82. So I didn't pass.
That's good because I forgot why I asked you to roll.
I did too.
You threw me off.
I was hoping you'd remember. I was bluffing through that. But I got an 82, whatever it was.
Just to be clear, Malone, you're picking up another baggie of dope?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just.
For evidence purposes, of course.
Well, yeah. I think it might come in handy for something I'm thinking of later.
What you found though is not, it's just the wrapping. It's not the actual dope.
That's all I need, pal. That's all I need.
All right. Anything else you guys want to do?
Well, just to clarify, so we found at least one of these packets that still has the red powder in it, but most of them are empty, which would
All of
indicate
them.
that they took them.
All of them are empty except for that one.
Yeah, so they took the drug. Yeah, I think
So I'm guessing Mr. Number 9 welched out on the deal.
yeah, or he convinced them all to gut themselves or whatever. He's like stuck pigs. I don't know. Should we bring this rock with us back to the office?
Well,
Malone,
look, if we were gonna go over to the university to get this powder checked out, maybe they got someone over there. Maybe I don't know, historian.
I think it might be a little.
Archaeologist or something.
Might be a little dangerous to talk to this Chin fella because if he's a drug lord, if we just tell him we're trying to figure out what the hell happened, what if this was some sort of a hit?
Look, what we know is we're in Chinatown. We got a folded envelope with powder in it with the dragon symbol on it, and we got a lead on an Oriental fella. I think that's more than enough to go on. But if you want to confirm before we go talk to him, you let me know.
I'd like to know what this stuff is before. We go over there.
Yeah. You want to know before? Let's go to the university.
Yeah, good move.
Good a plan as any. I'm with you guys.
It ain't nothing I ever seen before.
So I guess we leave.
everybody give me an idea roll, please.
No, 84.
Yep, 70 out of 85.
83.
Malone, that was a pass for you then?
Yep.
You hear a little voice in the back of your head. Check their IDs.
Hey, have we checked their IDs?
She's Jesus Christ, what kind of detectives are we? You didn't check their IDs. Holy crap, I was just looking at the guts.
Yeah. You're pretty distracted.
Yeah,
to
well,
be
we
fair.
better, before we go, we better find out who these schmoes are.
To be fair, there's been a lot going on. I mean, it's all very intimidating.
Actually, another quick question is, are they all male, all female, male and
Yes,
female?
they're all male. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to fast forward a little bit. So you go through the bodies. On the sixth.
I'll start with the rich-looking fellas first.
Okay, then the six that appear to be junkies. One or two of them might have ID, but you're not really concerned about that. It's the rich fellows that are puzzling. So you pull out the one, and his ID is Billy O'Dwyer. And again, if all of you could do an ID roll.
Oh, I got 2 on that one.
Do what? Sorry, you broke up a bit on my end there.
Oh, sorry. Doesn't matter because he got a 2, so don't even bother.
94.
That name rings a bell with you, Detective Hunt.
O'Dwyer, that sounds really familiar.
And you know that name because that's the name of your current mayor.
Isn't that our mayor?
William.
Is
William
that
O'Dwyer.
our mayor? Have we seen our mayor?
Sure. He's your police officers. Mayor's in charge of you guys.
So I look at this guy. Is it old enough to be the mayor? Is it our mayor, or is it a relation of the mayor, maybe?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. It's by the age difference, it's probably his son.
He says, I don't know if he's got a kid, but we should look up and see if there's a William O'Dwyer, the mayor's kid. Oh, my God.
Oh, hell.
This just became front page news.
This is something
Yeah,
we're probably
this-
going to want to handle pretty quietly. I doubt.
This just became a goddamn career ender.
I doubt the mayor's going to want this all over the front page. So maybe take this back to the chief, see how he wants to handle it.
So
Yeah,
who's
we're-
this other fella?
The other fellow, you don't recognize the name, but his name is Jason Campbell. He's roughly the same age as the other guy.
They were buddies.
I think we might have a couple of thrill seekers here.
I was just thinking that we're New York cops. We'll just go over to the window, open it up, and yell down to the people down below. You'll never believe what we got up here.
And then from the window across the street, hey, shut the hell up.
You make me.
So we headed back to the station, or are we headed over to the university? What do we want to do?
Let's go to the university. I think that we're going to find out more information there than we're going to find anywhere else.
So remind me real quick, the evidence. You taking all of it, or
We're taking the rock. We're taking the drugs
Got
and the symbol.
I got the envelope with the 3 eyes or whatever, a paper poem, the rock, and the IDs, obviously. So
I don't know if Call of Cthulhu has an idea roll for the GM when he forgets to tell you something.
It's just called. It's just everybody pretend like the GM told us this already. So go ahead.
When you were looking at the papers and reading the poem, there was something obvious at the top that you just didn't even really notice. But there were 3 initials, PDS.
PDS.
Okay. Yes. So where would you like to go next?
Well, I think we're all in agreement. The university seems like the next most logical place.
I think that maybe we should find some sort of a professor of Oriental studies. Maybe he'll know what this symbol is.
Not a bad idea, and perhaps they also got a chemist over there at that fine institution of learning.
They should. They should. They probably got all sorts of chemicals over there. Let's go find out. So we go.
Okay, you head over to the university. You find who you're looking for. I'm not going to run this out too long. You will have to leave at least part of the sample for them to do the testing on, which is evidence. So you're going to have to do some sort of a, signage or have them sign a piece of paper. So there's a chain of evidence.
Yeah, it's not a problem.
Yeah.
This is 1947.
It's a legitimate part of an inquiry.
Yeah. He's a
And he
scientist.
says, if this is important, I can probably have the results to you tomorrow.
That's our man. Thank you.
I'll give him my card. Give me a ring at the station house
You bet.
when you got the results.
Just
I mean-
out of curiosity, how much of the sample did we leave with him? Half, a quarter? Did he have any? Did he say how much he needed?
We'll say a quarter.
Okay.
What's that in technical terms? Is that a scooch
I
Or a
believe
scooch.
or is it
Yeah.
just a tad?
a skinch.
A skinch.
Okay. If this turns out to be some bennies with red food dye in it, we're gonna look like idiots.
And with that, the chemist kind of lowers his eyeglasses and looks at you like, But I'll do it. I'll run your tests.
You know what?
I'll send the bill to the department.
Yeah, maybe it's red mercury.
If Benny's and some paprika can do that to people, I'm gonna stay away from the
Hey.
home cooking.
Just look what the bennies did to Frances Farmer. I mean, she was a swell looking dame until she got on the drugs.
Let's just stop standing around
downhill.
talking about this shit and let's go over there and find out what the Asian guy says, all right?
I'm in for that. Good old fashioned police work.
You guys get in the car.
I think after you had your little accident up there, Munch, you're possibly getting low blood sugar.
Yeah, I probably do because that was a delicious Philly cheesesteak. Let's wait. We're getting in the car. We're just going across the university, aren't we? To the Oriental Studies. About
I'm
the
sorry,
dragon.
I misunderstood. Where were you going?
We want to go find the professor of like Oriental Studies who can maybe tell us what the little red dragon thing is.
Ah, okay.
Might not be Oriental at all. It's just
Yeah,
Hong Mog.
he looks at it and he's a little like, kind of looks at you guys like, why are you bringing in this drug paraphernalia to me? Like,
we're trying to find out the source of this thing. We found it in Chinatown, and we wanted to know if maybe we could trace this symbol. Maybe it means something. Maybe it's part of the triad or something like that. I thought maybe you would know.
yeah, he's got an attitude. He's a little offended that you would think that. He's like, no, he says, I don't recognize it. It doesn't mean anything to me.
Fine.
Show
That's
him
all
the
we
rock,
want to know.
Munch. Show him the rock.
Yeah, here, look at this. Does this mean anything to you?
A rock? You want me to look at a rock now?
Look, there's writing.
Yeah,
on
look at the damn rock, buddy, and stop it with the wisecracks.
Hey,
You want to be up for wasting police time? Come on.
He looks at the
A
rock.
murder investigation, for Christ's sake.
It's in a bag, I assume, right?
Yeah,
Did
it's
you
in
bag it?
It's in a Ziploc plastic bag, but I don't know what they had back.
I know, that's a good point.
It's in a little flowery purse that I keep stuff. No, what? I don't know.
He takes it and he looks at it and he's like, he's kind of grossed out about it because he's assuming that he recognizes what the other material is on top of the rock. But he looks at the writing and he just shakes his head. He's like, I don't recognize it. I don't know what you got here.
Well, do you know any of the? Maybe there's a linguist or something here in the university. Somebody who would know something about languages.
You can try, sure.
You got a name for us?
Professor Language.
Professor Language. All right, that makes total sense. He sounds like he's probably a nice guy.
By the
Let's
sound of
go.
it, he had something of a vocation.
A calling, really.
Yeah,
You guys
whatever.
track him down. He's easily looked up in the directory with an unusual name like that.
Yeah, Professor
Professor
Verbal
Languish.
Language. Language.
His first name is first name is odd too. It's verbal language. That's crazy. What?
Foible.
Virgil?
Foible. Yeah, Foible.
And I'm afraid to say he does not recognize it at all.
Really? So it's drug-induced nonsense. Let's bring it with us and put it in the locker.
Boys, I hate to push the issue, but I really do feel like we should tell the chief at home base about what we found out about the mayor's son and keep a move on in terms of figuring out what our next steps are in terms of questioning Mr. Needles.
Actually, why don't you? Let's get back to the office, back to the precinct house.
Okay. You guys arrive back at the precinct. You all go into the chief.
Yeah.
And
Chief, you ain't gonna believe this shit.
Yeah. What do you guys got?
Well, I'm not you guys talk. Tell him what the hell we got.
Look, I don't want to end up with my ass in a sling, but we had a look at the victims in this call. Hell of a mess. And it seems that one of the stiffs was Billy O'Dwyer. Now we're getting to thinking he might be some kind of relation to our illustrious mayor.
Oh, Jesus. This is going to hit the fan.
Do we know if the mayor's got a son?
Yeah, absolutely. It's William Jr., Billy.
Oh, hell.
Well, for now, keep this under your hat. Keep this low as you can. But we got to solve this. I will approach the mayor. I will fill him in. He's probably not even aware of it yet. But all eyes are going to be on you guys to solve this.
Chief.
So
Do
what you got to do. Yeah, sorry.
We got a lead. Trying to see here. Oh, Needles.
What do we got on Johnny Chen? And he's got a rap sheet. He's got a rap sheet. That's what it's called.
Fellow like that's gonna have a rep sheet as long as my arm.
New York.
Here it is. Look.
In New York, a guy like that's gotta have made a pretty significant impression, I would imagine.
Well, I'm thinking most mob bosses are pretty clean, if you know what I'm saying.
That's true.
There's not much to go on. Clearly, he's been a person of interest, and he's been under suspicion for a very long time. But he's smart. He's eluded you guys for years, and you've never been able to pin anything on this guy.
Well, maybe
we know where to find him.
Yeah, there's
there's
a note that he's usually almost always at the
Three-Eyed Red Dragon restaurant.
Pretty darn close. He's at the Red Dragon restaurant.
See, I got some brains in my head.
I thought he was the tough one.
Sorry, I just turned into one of the Three Stooges.
Here it comes.
Look, Chief, you know we're gonna want to question the mayor later about any potential connection with the mob if nothing turns up, or do you want to handle that on your own for now?
Yeah, no, you guys don't talk to the mayor. You come to me first.
Yeah,
and
no, yeah.
Well, we're gonna have to find some acquaintances of this Billy O'Dwyer.
Well, let's
and one Jason Campbell.
Look, why don't we do it this way? Look, you go in there, you go find Johnny Chen, and you say, we have reason to believe that something bad is going on in your streets, and we got this symbol here, and he might be completely clean, but he might also feign cooperation with us because he wants to look like a good guy.
I'm with Munch. It's at least worth going and talking to him.
So he might turn them in, whatever they are. we can say we're no threat to Johnny Chin.
Yeah, if it's someone moving in on his turf with a new product, then that's
All right,
how
well,
it works, you know.
Let's get going. Maybe we can get some Chinese food while they're there, because I'm starving. Thanks to, you know.
In fact, you lost your lunch.
Yeah.
You gonna order your food first, or you're gonna wait till after your interview?
Well, we'll probably order off. Well, I don't know.
In other words, how are you walking in? Basically, I'm trying to find out. Like, you're gonna walk in, you're gonna sit down like regular customers, or are you just gonna go in and start flashing your badges and be like, "We want to see Johnny"? And, you know, what sort of attitude are you going in with?
Well, I think we'll be a little more reasonable than that.
Why don't we sit down, have lunch, scope the place out?
Yeah, we're all friends. We're all friends here. We're just gonna ask him as one upstanding citizen to another. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it. Look, we're homicide. I don't give a damn what he's selling.
Yeah, it's true. It's not our business. Let's go.
Yeah, ain't my job.
All right, so we drive.
Yep.
That's a good point.
You walk in. There's some nice ambient music playing. The lunch crowd's there, but there's a table if you want to grab a seat.
All right, we'll sit over
Let's do
here.
that.
Now, do we have any idea what this guy looks like? Was there maybe a picture profile when we were looking at his stuff back in the office, back in the precinct house?
I'd say that's reasonable. Yeah, we'll say that.
Okay.
I'm going to mute it for a second. Hold on.
He's telling secrets to his hand.
Calling for backup. Calling for backup.
I say we take a quick seat, we order some food, get munchies, and then scope the place out real quick.
God, I love Chinese food.
Sure. The waitress comes, takes your order, brings your food out. It's nice and hot. Tastes really good because you're in Chinatown. How could it not taste good?
I look around. Do I see Johnny Chin?
You don't.
Can we flag the waitress down and ask her if he's called patron of the establishment?
Yeah, and when you do, she kind of gets a nervous look to her, like, yeah, what do you need to know?
Sorry, ma'am. It's just a regular line of questioning, and flash the badge real quickly. All we're just trying to understand is if we have the opportunity to have a quick conversation with Mr. Chen this afternoon.
Yeah, we're detectives, and we're kind of hoping that maybe Mr. Chin can shed some light on a case that we're working on. Nothing involving him, of course, just a friendly sort of collaboration.
She's clearly nervous, and she doesn't even respond to you. She just walks away.
You'll get the message. Jeff, if this ends with us all just getting shot here, it's just like, that was a lousy episode.
After what seems to take forever to you guys sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting, finally, the waitress comes out and she says, "You gentlemen can go in the back."
Oh, cool.
I'm going to take a handful of these cookies with me as well.
Yeah. Because we got to find out what our future's like.
Nice,
I heard
sweet.
somewhere that they're not really from China, though.
No, they're an American invention. Like chow mein. That's also.
Really? Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah, that's not a
so we're walking
Chinese.
down whatever hallway towards the back.
You get to the room with the the curtain there, and you open the curtain, and there's two large men standing on each side of the doorway, and they stop you and they say, "You know the drill."
All right, boys. I think we got to hand over the weapons.
Oh, sure. Really?
So they take your pieces from you, And they look at you up and down twice, and they say, "Is that all of them?"
That's it. Believe me, we're here just on friendly business.
And they motion you that you can now enter. And in the back of the room there is a gentleman sitting there by himself, although behind him standing are two more large men.
Hmm.
And he's reading a newspaper, and he kind of like lowers it down, and he looks up at you. He's like, "Gentlemen?"
Mr. Chen, pardon our intrusion. Pardon our interruption of your nice day. I'm not a good speaker, Malone. Come on.
Look, let's start by saying that we're homicide cops. We don't care what business you're in, what deals you got, but we got 8 bodies very close to, well, in your neighborhood, and at least one of them being a person of some standing.
Yeah, and we don't want any kind of an investigation to get in to make you uncomfortable in the neighborhood.
Yeah, precisely. I mean, if this goes too far, then you're going to have a lot of police presence. Hell, you're even probably going to have the feds crawling around here. So we need to get a handle on this as soon as possible.
Madge has to show him the symbol. Well, before we show him the symbol, was that symbol anywhere in the restaurant?
No.
I'll show him the empty one. So let me ask you for a start. What do you know about this?
He looks at it, and he looks down at it, and he doesn't even, he like, takes his newspaper and he kind of folds it off to the side, but he doesn't even like let the newspaper go. He doesn't pick it up to look at it. He just looks at it on the desk. He's like, "I don't know what that is."
Mr. Chen, please. You're a smart man. You know the goings on in your neighborhood. I'm certain of that. No idea if they've, certainly not your operation, but perhaps a competitive operation in the area that might be distributing what we're referring to right now as the red dust.
Yeah, no, Mr. We know, Mr. Chen, you don't have any kind of operation. You're a legitimate businessman. We're just wondering what the hell's going on in this neighborhood. Thought maybe you could help us out a little. We'd be grateful.
You can see him sit back in his chair, and he's mulling things over. I'm afraid I'm stuck, gentlemen. If I tell you anything, that implies that I know what's happening, and I don't. So unless you have something on me, I'm afraid we're done here.
Oh, maybe you'd like to see this. And I show him the rock. What's his reaction? I do have psychology, so.
He's confused. He's like, "What, is that supposed to be a threat?"
No, it's just something that we also found. I thought maybe it would mean something.
I have charm. I don't know if I can utilize that here, but what I'd probably say is, Mr. Chen, you're a businessman, and we all have a job to do. Yours is to operate in this area, whatever business you might be in, and ours is to solve homicide. Truthfully, we understand that she had nothing to do with this event, but we do need some help. We have a little bit of information, enough that guided us here, and all we're looking for is the next step. If you could help us out, it'd be greatly appreciated, and we'd consider it a personal favor to the police department.
Do a psychology roll. You can all do a psychology roll if you want.
Okay. I'm going to toss in the words because, otherwise the investigation is going to escalate exponentially, whatever the hell that means.
56. That's 59. No good.
What were we doing?
Psychology.
Oh. No.
I got an 8.
8.
Nice.
It's pretty handy because my psychology is only 10. So,
What did you get, Manchester? I didn't hear you.
I had a 56. My psychology is only 35.
Okay. All right. So Manchester, you do this nice pitch. You charm him. He's considering it. He's got a look on his face. And Malone, you're looking at him, and you can read him. It looks like he wants to tell you something, but he's just he doesn't want to just talk to the cops and just give out information that could come back and bite him. So it's almost like he wants to help you, but
It's time to pull out the old hypothetical.
Mr. Chen, I understand your reticence, but you have to understand that, look, purely between you and me, one of the victims of this atrocity was the son of our mayor. Now that goes no further than this room. But I'm sure you understand that, like, that there's something like this. Something like this happens to the mayor's son in this area. That's going to cause a whole lot of problems. Not just problems for you, but problems for us. This is a whole heap of trouble.
They're going to tear this place apart, I'm afraid.
Yeah, we're talking task force.
Well, you've definitely got his attention now. His eyes are wide open now.
We don't want this any more than you do.
Yeah, he's realizing the situation.
And it's very likely they'd love us to cover this up so that there's no big scandal. But if that gets out...
real quick, I want to interrupt. Do you have to leave exactly at 11? You got about a half hour left.
Nope. Good to go.
No, I'm fine. Friday night.
I'll try to keep it on time, but if we go over by a little bit,
don't worry about it.
don't worry, forget about it.
We're having hella fun.
We got a mystery to solve.
So he's definitely, you got a reaction on him this one, and he's really struggling now. He's like, look, you didn't hear this from me, obviously. I will say that I've seen that symbol before. You're right. I believe somebody is in my territory. But I don't think I can tell you any more than that.
All right. Could you tell us? I want to ask one more question then. Inside this packet, there was some sort of a red powder. Now, I know that you Asians have all kinds of knowledge about powders and substances and things they do. You got any idea, or do you know of somebody we could talk to, maybe a apothecary, who could tell us that what this stuff does is we think that it makes a person commit suicide in a violent manner. To be perfectly honest, the bodies had... It's disgusting. The bodies were... They had done that sort of samurai thing, you know, where they cut themselves open. Only they'd taken their intestines and piled them in the middle of the room, and they piled them around that rock. So whatever this hallucinogen is doing to them is driving them absolutely fucking crazy. Pardon my English.
As you're describing the scene to him like that, all of a sudden it hits you that you just ate lo mein for lunch.
Oh, Gewalt.
Do a constitution roll for him.
Oh, no. Not in his office. No, I didn't pass. I'm going to be like, excuse me.
Waste paper bin. Use the bin. Use the bin, Munch. Use the bin.
My mind is, I'm heading towards the restroom.
Well, was it a critical fail or an
No,
extreme
no,
fail?
no.
It was just a regular fail.
Yeah.
Okay. So you kind of like, it's uncomfortable. It's like right here sitting in your throat, but
I
you
vomited
grossed yourself out, basically.
I had to swallow it. Yeah. I know. That's nasty shit.
You're standing in front of a high-ranking mob boss. You do not want to embarrass yourself.
Please forgive me, please. It was nasty. The guts were just all over the place. Oh.
So what was your question? You've distracted me. What was the question?
I don't remember. I got sick.
Mr. Chen, it's pretty simple. We just need a little bit more to go on, and we'll be out of your hair.
The question was whether he knew of an apothecary or somebody who would know maybe what the substance was.
No, he's not going to help you out. He doesn't know that. That's sort of.
Mr. Chen, if there is somebody in this area that's causing you problems and causing us problems, it behooves us both to be rid of him.
Yeah.
All I need is the next location.
I understand you, and I'm sympathetic, but you understand I can't give out information.
Fine.
So
thank you very much.
Your detectives, I'm afraid you're going to have to work for it.
Understood.
Thank you very much. And by the way,
your time.
The food is delicious here. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. And just as I'm leaving, I'm going to turn around and say, oh, Mr. Chen, one last thing. Do you know anyone with the initials PDS?
He looks confused at you and says, sorry, does not ring a bell.
Oh, well, it was worth a thought. Jeez. How do people talk with this accent all the time? It's killing their throat.
Let's make sure we grab our firearms on the way out.
Yeah, get all of our stuff. Make sure the bullets are still in the guns.
Yeah.
Bullets? Oh, that's very hoity-toity. the bullets. They're slugs, Munch. They're slugs.
Slugs are those things you find in your garden after it rains.
Those are kids.
Those are kids. All right. Well, boys, let's get in the car. What the fuck are we going to do now? Let's see if we can find out what the substance is. You know, I was thinking, though, maybe the apothecary idea is a good idea.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to try and chase down some people who know Billy O'Dwyer and Jason Campbell.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Find out what they were up to.
Maybe we have to ask the mayor some questions.
You know, I don't want to go out on a limb too much, but something tells me Campbell and O'Dwyer, I reckon they're connected with Mr. Nine. Wouldn't surprise me if they all came. I mean, how else are they going to get there?
Yeah, why
Some dive with a load of junkies. You need a contact.
Look, maybe, and believe me, I would never want to go around the chief. But maybe if we just talked to a few, call it Billy's friends, maybe the mayor himself. Well, we need to figure out, to Malone's point, where he's hiding, right, or where he's hanging out. Obviously, he got this red dust from somewhere. He got mixed up in this neighborhood somehow. We got to draw the connection back, and clearly, Mr. Chen is aware of competitive presence in the area.
Yeah, we need to. Well, if we're gonna talk to anyone connected with the kid, we gotta run that past the chief. My guess is we're gonna have to go and talk to the mayor. I ain't looking forward to that.
Sure as hell not.
Yeah, I don't mind so much the mayor. I mind more his wife. That's gonna be a problem.
Jeff, how much how much time do we need to pass in order to figure out? He said a day about the red substance.
Yeah, and by the way, like in this particular scenario for what we're doing here, time isn't really of an issue here. So like, if you want to say, we go back to the thing and we wait a day, I mean, that's perfectly fine too. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Like, I don't think we're under necessarily, like, you don't have to solve this in 24 hours. It's just,
We have to find some new leads, so, it might take a day or two.
yeah.
Do you guys want to take that path? You want to find out what the red substance is and see if that doesn't generate any additional leads, so we have a little bit more information when we go talk to the mayor?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. I need to get back, but probably by tomorrow, the mayor's gonna know.
Your wife, from what it sounds like, is going to want to hear all about this. Sounds like you're in for a good night.
Yeah. At least I don't have to eat again. So with that, we conclude the day. I guess we go home and forget about the nastiness of the day. Oh my God, you wouldn't believe it, Gladys, the size of that. Oh my God. She's like, oh,
right.
That makes me hot.
You found the right woman for your profession.
Did you take pictures? No, I'll get to the pictures next week.
All right, we're going to fast forward to the next morning. You guys arrive at the office. You got your coffee and your donuts. You're settling in. You get a phone call from the university, from the lab. Who wants to talk to him?
Malone.
I gave him my card, didn't I? So I guess
Okay.
What can I do you for, Squire?
Mr. Malone, I'm afraid I got good news and bad news. The good news is that most of that sample that you gave to us is your regular street heroin. It's about 90% proof, 90% pure.
And the other 10%?
You've stumped us. We don't have the equipment here that can figure out what that other substance is.
Can you tell what kind of substance it is?
Well, we know it's organic. We know it's a chemical compound of some sort. But every test we throw at this thing, it's coming back negative tests on everything. We can't pin it down as to what it is.
Ask him if it's paprika.
I'm sorry about that. Is it paprika?
No.
It was just a thought.
He hangs up the phone.
Well, I don't know.
All right, boys. So what we know is that we got another heroin producer somewhere in Chinatown, and it's more than likely not Mr. Chen. At least from what I could tell, he looked nervous enough that there's somebody else in the area. So I think we can either approach the chief and talk to him about talking to the mayor, or we can hit the streets and see if we can't dig up other leads.
I think we got to talk to someone. Let's ask the chief if they talked to the mayor, if they found anything. Otherwise, we got to go talk to him.
Yep. No, there's no getting around that. I mean, like, Dwyer is our named person.
Yeah. Hey, Chief.
He and Campbell are our. That's our story. That's our link to whatever happened there. We've got to find out more.
Chief, can we talk to you?
Yeah, get in here, guys.
All right. We're kind of stumped, We need to know, what did you find out? Anything? I mean, have you talked to the mayor?
Yes, the mayor's been informed. So far, I don't know how, but we've managed to keep a lid on this thing. It hasn't hit the papers yet. But as soon as word gets out, I'm sure it's going to be splashed all over the pages. But the mayor, obviously he's upset, and he wants this thing solved, and he wants it solved quickly. So, where are you guys at with it?
I don't think we can go anywhere except talk to the mayor.
You want to actually talk to the mayor?
Well,
We need to talk to the mayor. We need to find out who the kid's friends were. We need to find out where he went.
We need to see if there's any evidence of the drug at his house.
Maybe a diary.
You know, otherwise we're not going to get anywhere.
No.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, it's a good idea on following up on Billy's friends. That's a good idea. But I'm not going to let you speak to the mayor. To insinuate that he had drugs in his house, that he didn't know about what his own son was doing, that is probably going to both crush him and just make him more angry. So,
Chief.
Jesus Christ, I hate politicians.
We only got one other lead, and that's a fellow by the name of Jason Campbell. If we can't dig anything up on this kid, go talk to his family, we're at a dead end. So can we at least run the files on this kid and see what we can dig up there?
yes, absolutely. I mean, if he's a suspect, get all you can on him.
If I imagine now, how old would you say those two were? The college kids?
Yeah, we'll say they're college age.
Okay, well maybe they were in college together.
Yeah, find that out. That's the sort of thing. But you don't need to ask the mayor that question.
Do we? Can we search through police records? Find out if this Jason Campbell, if he's doing heroin, may have some priors. Can I search the files to do that?
Sure. I'm just gonna, for the sake of time, you're gonna search and you don't find anything on him, except for maybe a parking ticket, which would have his address.
Okay, perfect. I'm gonna go follow up on that address.
Okay.
So he wasn't living at home?
No, he had an apartment.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're talking about Campbell, right?
Campbell.
Okay.
Yeah, Campbell.
I wanna see if I can research and find out what college the kids might have been going to. Is that
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Was it NYU?
Like
New York University?
Yeah.
NYU? That makes sense.
Okay.
I don't know. I lived here my whole life, and I have no idea what kind of colleges or schools they have here in New York.
What? We just
I'm
lost,
from the Lower East Side. Yeah, it's kind of rough over there.
we
Jesus.
just lost Malone. You want to wait a couple minutes, see if he comes back?
Yeah, I got time. So
Yes. How do you guys feel? 15 minutes. I mean, we can rush it, or we can just take our time with it.
No,
I say take your time. Wow, this is awesome.
Okay.
yeah, that's great.
Okay. Glad you're back, Malone.
Yeah, sorry. Got booted there.
Where the hell are you?
I just had to step out.
Yeah,
I
You're in
was
the crap
answering I was answering a call in nature.
yeah.
I just wanted to confirm we got about 15 minutes. So I could try to force it, or we could just take our time if that's okay with you too, Nick.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fine.
Cool.
Yeah.
Whatever.
He was just dropping some kids off at the pool.
I was outside topping up my accent with a
What the
throat
hell does that
lozenge.
mean? With the throat. Shit. All right. So Josh, I hope you're enjoying yourself.
Lozenge.
Oh, did we lose Josh now? Now it looks like we lost Josh. Come back to us, Josh.
He's not muted. Maybe did he just shut his camera off?
I don't know if you can hear us, Josh. Get out of the crap and come back. It means
Well,
that he's going to go crap after you're going to crap, and he's going to have to smell your funk.
If things have stopped for just a moment, I'm just going to quickly run off and put some eye drops in. I'll be back in a second.
Sure.
Yeah, go do that. Because you got pretty eyes.
They're my baby blues.
Yeah, they're your baby blues. Now, for all of those who are watching, I don't know where this character has come from. It's just like I'm channeling somebody. I have no idea. There he is.
There he is. Good.
We figured you was in the crapper. We can't hear you.
Uh-oh.
Oh, just had to step away momentarily.
That's okay. That's okay. Now, Malone's stepped away.
Now
He's
when
putting
he gets
drops
back,
in his-
then you got to leave lunch.
Just taking in turns.
How many times am I going to have to tell you that it's Monk?
God damn it.
God damn it. Well, Josh, and for those people who are watching, we make this shit up as we go along. Put us on an improv show, damn it.
We certainly investigated quite a few different angles at this point. I was desperately trying to get Johnny to come up with something else, and Jeff wasn't having it.
I thought you did a great job, though. That was a really good charm talk.
Yeah.
We're closing in.
I kind of backed off a little bit there because right after that excellent charm talk, Munch jumps in with a threat.
I screwed up.
He also almost threw up on Johnny, so
Oh my God.
I would have been fascinated to see the critical fail in that scenario.
It would have not only been bad that I threw up in his office, but that I threw up the food from his restaurant in his office. A double insult. That's got to be something 10 times worse.
Yeah, in that culture, absolutely.
Hey, there's the guy with the funny beard.
All right.
What the
All right,
hell's
well-
funny about it? It ain't no comedy beard. Yeah, what do you think I am?
There's the
Yeah,
Three
yeah,
Stooges
yeah,
again.
yeah.
That's right.
All
I was
right.
born in Brazil, where I lived until I was 3.
Let's all get back into character.
All right, boys.
All right.
You're in the police department. The police chief is basically forbidding you to talk to the mayor, but he's okaying you to continue to investigate any other way you can think of.
All right. I guess
All right,
we only
boys.
got Campbell.
I'm gonna follow up on that address. You boys are welcome to join me, or if you think there's other research that needs to be done, you're welcome to do that as well. We can catch up. Up to you, boys.
I'll go with you. I want to see for all we know, they was living together.
That sounds
That's
good.
true.
At the very least, they're going to have mutual friends.
All right.
Yeah, because I don't think there's a chance in hell that they both met in that room. You know?
No, it's at least worth following up on.
Yeah. All right, I'll drive. I drive.
Okay. You get to the address for Jason, and it's in a nice little suburb town.
Oh,
Not necessarily suburb, but a nicer part of the city.
so like upper middle class?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't expect this.
And it's kind of a smaller house, like a small ranch type house.
All right. Gonna go ahead and walk up and knock on the door.
Be careful, there might be a nice old lady or something.
After a normal wait period, you see somebody come into the front door, and a younger guy comes to the door and he opens it. He's like, "Can I help you?"
Yes, sir. Detective Manchester, New York PD. Just hoping you could take a second and answer a few questions we might have.
Yeah, I will try. Am I in trouble?
No, sir. No, of course not. Just could we start with your name, perhaps?
I wrote down all these names waiting for you to ask me about so-and-so and so-and-so. Let's go with Frankie.
Frankie, that's a fine New Yorker name.
It's one of my standbys.
Frankie, just does the name Jason Campbell mean anything to you?
Yes, sir. He's my roommate.
Oh, it's good. You known Jason a long time?
Yeah, probably about 4 years.
Yeah, 4 years. Well, unfortunately, son, I got some bad news for you. Earlier today, we found Jason. He's been murdered, son.
And he's visibly shocked by that, and he's like, I gotta sit down. I gotta sit down.
Yeah. Please sit down. Can I get you a glass of water?
Yeah, thank you. That would help.
So I walk into his kitchen and I'm looking around. Is the place neat? Is the place...
Yeah, it's fairly neat. I mean, two guys living together, it's not exactly going to win any awards, but it's clean.
Frankie, why don't we take a seat at the kitchen table, talk through this? I think that might be a little bit easier.
Yeah, sure. Whatever I can do to help.
So we sit down and kind of work a normal line of questioning. Well, it sounds like you guys have known each other for a few years. When was the last time that you saw Jason?
Probably 2 or 3 days ago.
Yeah. What was his demeanor? Did he tell you where he was going? Did he seem out of sorts?
No. He didn't tell me where he was going. As a matter of fact, recently, I don't know, in the last couple months maybe, he's been rather distant from me. I mean, usually we hang out and, pal around, but lately he's been hanging out with, and he kind of he hesitates.
Would you say you have a fairly large circle of friends?
I don't know. I would say average.
Do you know Billy O'Dwyer, the mayor's kid?
And with that, he kind of a little bit of relief comes on. He's like, yeah, I know him. I mean, I don't know him that well, but I know him.
You guys party together sometimes?
Not really. That's kind of what I was getting at, is that since he started hanging around with Billy, I didn't really see him that much.
No, so they hung out together.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So you would say that Billy clearly is a bit of a potty animal. I mean, it's, for lack of a better term, call him a bad influence on your buddy Jason.
I don't want to say that out loud, but I'm not going to disagree with you.
Right. Understood, kid. Look, we've all been through a lot today, and obviously we want to respect your friend, but you got to understand, we need to understand what happened to Jason in sort of the last moments, of his life. We're doing our best here to do right by him. So,
you think Billy did it?
No, it has nothing to do with that. But Billy was the last person that we've come to understand that Jason was with at the time of his death. So, if it's all right with you, would it be possible to take a look around Jason's room?
Yeah. Anything you want.
All right. So
why don't you guys go up and do that, and I'll stay here with Frankie.
That sounds perfect.
All right.
Okay, let's go and do that.
While you guys are up in the room, first of all, tell me if there's anything specific you're looking for, or if you're just doing a general search.
For me, it's probably first any signs of drugs in the room would be a pretty good indication with that same kind of packet. But anything else, a contact book, address book, diary, anything of that nature, really any sort of paper elements that might give some clues.
You each can do a spot hidden.
Okie dokie. Sorry, sure.
67. I'm not doing all that well today. Missed by 2.
Oh, that's a good point. Are you familiar with how luck points work, Josh?
Yeah, you can spend luck points, right?
Right.
to get there.
And
Yeah, why don't I spend 2 to get in there?
normally I put a cap on it, but since this is kind of a one shot, you guys feel free to spend as much luck as you want. Just be aware that it might come back to bite you later.
I got 29 out of 45, so that's a pass.
And if
Okay.
he passes, you don't need to spend your points.
Perfect. All right.
So you guys are searching his room. I mean, you're being respectful. It's not like you're tossing the place. But to be honest with you, there's nothing really that's raising any red flags. But there is something that catches your eye, Malone. You're looking about, and on his night table, he's got a book sitting there. And it's a book about witches, ghost stories of New York City, and it's written by Phil DeSantis.
Ghost Stories of New York City. Do any pages turned over?
There's a
Or
bookmark, but it's nothing unusual about it.
Do I understand that the book is there as well?
I'm sorry, you lost me on that one. The book?
Apologies. Do I realize that Malone found that book?
Oh yeah. You see him pick it up and looking at it.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, it's just looking through the chapter headings. Do I see anything that might catch my eye? That might seem germane.
The only thing that's, I mean, unless I didn't make it obvious, it is a book that talks about occult-like stuff. So, witches, ghost stories, the weirder parts of New York City.
Looks like the kid might have been into some, call it supernatural stuff. Eh, Malone?
Sure looks that way. Oh, an idea. Can I check the waste paper basket?
Sure.
Anything in there? Names, addresses, phone numbers?
Nope. Sorry.
Old bazooka bubblegum wrappers?
Well, that.
With
Bazooka
humorous cartoons. I can't say the word cartoons in my terrible New York accent.
It'd probably take one more turn about the room and then head back downstairs to join the conversation with Monk. Goddammit.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're going to have to take a look at Billy's room.
Frankie? You mean his housemate?
No, I mean Billy O'Dwyer.
Oh. Well, did he live here?
No.
Oh, okay.
He lived in the mayor's house. Sorry. The
Oh,
mayor's
he'd say
mansion.
he didn't have anywhere on campus. Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, he's living in the mansion.
There's the kibosh on that. In that case, I guess perhaps we could. Yeah, we need to find out who he was hanging out with.
Any particular questions you wanted to ask there, Munch? Goddammit.
Well, I've got a pretty high intimidate, so I'm giving a Frankie a pregnant pause and a smile, and I say, so it must be a shock to find out that your friend is dead. Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. We're doing the investigation, and there's been some strange sort of evidence. You and Jason ever do drugs, Frankie?
I've never done anything like that. I don't know for sure about Jason, but I suspect he might have gotten into something.
You think maybe him and Billy do stuff like that sometimes?
Again, I don't want to talk about the mayor's son that way, but from what you're telling me and what I'm putting together from what I know, I'm going to say yes.
Okay, well, because look, we got to find out who did this. And if the mayor's son's involved, we really need to find that out. You know what I mean? So, have they ever offered you anything? I mean, I know you're a good boy and you don't do stuff like that, but they ever offer you anything? Something like heroin?
He's kind of stunned by that. No, nothing like that. Is that what he was into?
Well, we think it's something like heroin. We think it's some sort of new drug that's on the street, but we're not sure what it is. Something that's red, like a red powder. You ever see anything like that? I know you probably got paprika in the kitchen, but it's not paprika.
I'm sorry, I don't recognize anything like that.
All right, you're a good kid. Good. I hear the others coming down the stairs. You guys are kind of loud coming down the stairs. You born in a barn?
Frankie,
I got flat feet.
Frankie, I know Detective Monk here has been talking to you a little bit, but I just can't help but shake the feeling that that your friend might have been hanging out somewhere that you might have known, right? Just some location, some place that he might have mentioned to you that he spent a lot of time with Billy. Maybe he invited you out one time and you turned him down. It's something like that.
He really, once he became friends with Billy, he pushed me away. I wasn't good enough friend then. He was friends with the mayor's son. I mean, he started to make connections and meet people, and I'm a nobody. I didn't fit into his schedule anymore.
Frankie, I don't want to put you down in any way because that's terrible. It truly is, and it sounds like you were a good friend to him. Did he ever mention any other names, any other people that he was hanging out with other than Billy?
There's a long pause, and you can see he's trying to rack his brain. And he says, it's not much to go on, but he says, I remember him talking about on the phone. I heard him talking about going to see somebody named Phil.
Phil?
Yeah.
Did he mention what kind of relationship he had with this Phil? Friend?
I don't know. I just assumed they were out partying.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Any idea why they didn't invite you along on these things?
My guess is I don't do that sort of stuff. I'm here. I'm going to school. I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to study.
Before Jason met the mayor's son, what kind of a kid would you say he was? Was he a good kid like you?
Yeah, I would say that. I mean, that's what, we hung out together. We, go to the movies. I mean,
well, it's important that you're really frank with us, Frankie. But I mean, would you say he was a smart kid, a dumb kid, liked to read a lot, liked to party, or was he just? How would you describe him to us?
Yeah, I would say average, maybe above average intelligence. I mean, when he got into NYU, I mean, he's got to have some smarts.
Or money.
Yeah, that too. I really think it was once he met Billy, he just fell into the wrong crowd. I think just got caught up in it.
You guys check his room upstairs and everything.
Yeah, Malone. Why don't you tell him about the book?
Yeah, I just found this book.
Book.
Yeah, have a look. This Ghost Stories in New York City. It's about the only thing that stood out.
So was Jason sort of into this sort of stuff?
Say that again. Jason what?
Jason was sort of into this stuff then? Ghosts and witches and shit? Pardon my English.
Not that I know of. He never talked about anything like that.
What was he studying?
He was going for engineering.
Oh. Would you mind if I just go up and check really quick? I want to see if they missed anything.
Mhm.
They're really good at what they do, but sometimes they miss something.
Monk
They
has
need
a way of
fresh
doing
eyes.
things.
All right, so I'm going to go upstairs,
Sure.
So Frankie, tell me.
and I'm going to check Frankie's room.
Okay.
I'll keep him talking.
Okay.
So Frankie, tell me. Did Jason have a girlfriend? Was he seeing anyone?
I mean, he was. I can't. Not since Jennifer, but that was like a year ago. He broke up with her about a year ago.
Did you break up with her just before you started seeing Billy?
I wouldn't say just before, maybe 6 months or so.
Yeah, about how long ago was it that he met Billy?
If I had to guess, maybe 4 months ago, 3 months ago. It hasn't been that long.
Where did they first meet?
I don't really know. I think it was at a party, but I'm not sure.
Don't know whose party.
I don't know.
So other than you, who did he associate with before he met Billy?
For the sake of time, he'll give you a list of names, but I'll tell you right now, it's not going to lead anywhere.
Yeah, I guess in the meantime, then I'll just make small talk with him. We'll give Monk some time.
All right.
Much, goddammit.
I'm going to go upstairs and just I'm going to check his room, check Frankie's room. Just I'm not gonna ransack it, but I'm gonna look through and just make sure there's nothing fishy up there.
Go ahead and give me a spot hidden.
Because he's a good kid, which means he's probably not a good kid. I got a 37 out of 45.
You don't find anything.
That's a good thing. He's a good kid then.
He's a
Good.
good kid.
So I come back downstairs and I'm like, well, I don't think you guys missed anything. Did you check under his pillow and shit? Sorry about my bad language. It comes out sometimes.
Why would I shit under his pillow?
No, yeah, no. You got a sense of humor.
Yeah. So I'm told.
Yeah, Munch. I think we found what we needed to find here. It's
Frank, we're really sorry about your friend. We're really sorry.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. You let me know if I can help in any way.
Absolutely. Anyway, thank you very much.
all right. We headed back to the station.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. We can't talk to the mayor or the mayor's wife or the mayor's family or go into the mayor's house or look in the mayor's... Jesus Christ, what the hell are we supposed to do? Let's do... Oh, yeah, you said it wasn't paprika. That's right. I don't know. Any ideas, folks?
If you guys are stumped, I'll throw out some idea rolls if you want.
Yeah, maybe we should have an idea roll.
All I can think is that we gotta go and work on the chief and get access to the mayor.
That would
I mean,
that would be my only lead.
If we can't search the kid's room, then
I got a 26 out of 75. So that's a hard.
That's a hard. All right, first clue I'm going to give you is not regarding your role. It's just a clue that Manchester, you actually said it when you were talking to the chief. You were kind of tossing out ideas, and you suggested two things. You've just done one of them. Do you remember what the other one was?
I don't off the top of my head. I apologize.
No, that's fine because you were just kind of rolling with it, and you like kind of hit it right on the head, but everyone else kept going, and you just went along with the flow. So I'm sure it left your thought. All right, let's see. A hard. Malone, what did you do with the book?
I'm holding it.
Okay, you brought it with
I
you.
was just showing it to Monk.
Hey, wait a second.
Munk.
PDS. Didn't you say the book was a Phil Disserex? That's at least the first. There's 2 letters in there that are the matching letters.
Yes, sir.
Hey, that's right. There's not.
Now, my only question is to the GM whether I got the right idea.
Just wait a moment. There's no poetry in this book, is there?
No.
Any of the chapter headings have anything to do with forests
Let me
or
real
dragons?
Quick, let me interrupt you real quick. Josh, are you familiar with the chat window, the chat box?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. I just want to make sure you guys are seeing that.
He's going to send you a secret message that only you can read.
No. I'm not. I mean, I could do that, but I was posting a message in there for you all to see. I just want to make sure you all saw it.
I see Mix One left the chat room. Mix One came back. Mix One left the chat room.
Well, whoever that fellow is, he goes in and out as frequently as my dog.
No, there's nothing particularly about dragons or forests. It's basically a book on the occult, so it jumps around a lot from topic to topic.
But didn't Frankie say that he went and visited that he was hanging out with that Jason and Billy were hanging out with this Desinex fella?
He said a fella called Phil.
Phil Desinex.
So we got a PDS. It's the only lead we got.
Let's find out where this Phil fellow lives. Hey,
Yeah.
You know what? If there's 3 of them and one of them's missing, that might be the Phil guy.
Hey, Frankie, you got a phone here?
Frankie!
Oh, you guys are back? Yeah, come on in. I thought you left.
Yeah, we were in the car, I think.
We're in the car. Oh, well, we've got a radio in the car. We don't need a phone.
Yeah, we'll just call him dispatch and ask him, find us the address of this Desinex fella.
Hello, dispatch.
Who's this?
This is Kaki Malone here.
For God's sake, give me a badge number.
I'm badge number 239, and I was just kind of wondering if you're not too busy and you felt like helping a fella, whether you could give me a rundown on a gentleman by the name of Phil Desinex.
For you,
We need an address or any convictions or whatnot.
For you, Corky, anything.
Oh, you're a dame.
But it'll
Got
take
the
me,
hots for you, Cookie.
it'll take me a bit, but I can radio you back.
That's all right. You get on with your technical business of wading through all those sophisticated filing cards
Will do.
and similar technical impedimenta.
You have such a way with words, Corky.
Oh, heavens to Murgatroyd.
Christ.
Hey, boys, it suddenly just hit me, and I think I may have had a bit of a revelation as we wait to be radioed back. I don't think it would hurt to go back to Chinatown and hit the streets a little bit and see if we can't dig up a contact, if you will. See if we can't shake somebody down.
Okay. We can get Chinese food while we're there too.
Yeah, we can slap a few junkies and see what falls out.
Yeah, Munch, always thinking with your stomach. All right, let's do it.
So did you get that from my hint?
I may have reached back in the files a bit to remember what the hell I was talking about.
Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, so what would you like to go first? Is that where you're headed? Back to Chinatown?
Yeah, do we have a good feel for the layout? Maybe sites around the area of the initial crime scene?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll say, you guys are plenty familiar. I mean, if it's not like on your actual beat, I don't know if detectives have beats, but you've been called out to Chinatown plenty of times, so you know the area like the back of your hand.
Yeah.
Where do you boys think we should start? Is anything you can think? Maybe reach back out to those local cops and see if they've come up with anything.
See if maybe if not that, then they might know of some low-level local pushers we can rattle down.
Malone,
Yeah,
I like that.
That's not a real slang term. Sorry, that's that.
Maybe some of the other people on the street have been offered this drug before.
Both good points.
Yeah, you would know that you pretty much just have to drive down that street that you were on and you'll see a junkie. It's not unusual in that area.
There's a junkie. There's a junkie. There's one there. There's a junkie.
Yeah, let's maybe not rough them up right off the bat there, Malone. Maybe we just try and talk to him first.
Yeah, we'll grab a random junkie.
That's a decent one over there, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that one's
one.
It's like we're shopping for Christmas dinner. There's a junkie.
Picking them out.
Yeah.
I like his shoes.
He looks a little less high than the rest. Maybe he's a little bit more coherent. Let's pull him to the side.
There you go.
Don't hit me! Don't hit me!
Hey fella, you want to make a deal? You can either spend a night in the cells or you can help us. Which one's it gonna be?
I'm helping.
Right. I'll take out the packet, the empty packet, with the red dragon on it.
That's not mine.
Did I say it was yours?
No, sir. Not yet.
You seen this about?
Yeah.
Who's selling it?
I mean, not that specific one, but I've seen them around.
Well, who's selling this? I want to know who's selling this. You better think fast, kid.
I don't know his name.
Where can I find him?
He's hesitating on purpose.
You know,
Look,
if you ain't gonna help me, I'm gonna walk away and let my pal Munch here take you apart. The call's entirely yours, fella.
Oh, God damn it. All right. Look, kid.
Don't correct me. I'm being the bad cop. I'm being the good cop here. You're the bad cop.
Yeah. I'm
Just so you know.
smiling and leaning at the kid or whatever, the junkie.
He's hesitant and he looks at you and he's like, see, that's the thing. He's not selling it.
What do you mean he's not selling it?
You telling me he's giving this shit away?
He's giving it away.
Okay.
So who is
this
this guy?
I just know he's a Chinaman. He's a Chinaman in Chinatown.
Is he Johnny Chen?
No.
Where
can I find him?
What's he look like?
I've never tried that stuff. I've heard bad things about that stuff, so I stay away from it as best I can. I don't know exactly where to get it.
What's the guy look like? Give us a description.
He's an old man. He's an old man.
He's an old man.
He's an old man.
All right, like balding, or has he got hair?
Yeah, balding, heavy set.
Facial hair, heavy set. Okay, that's good.
Yep, big guy.
So for a minute, you were going to say he looked like a man. You know what kind of eyes he has? Did you see his eyes?
I never bought it from him. I don't know.
Do you know anybody who has bought it from him? Oh, you said he doesn't sell it. He said he just gives it away.
Yeah.
Where? Whereabouts would I find him? Was find where he's giving this stuff out for free.
He's going to hesitate again.
Come on. You're wasting our time.
Look, what do you need, kid? I'm not here to screw around. What do you need to make this happen? You need a couple bucks, and I slide $2 into his hand.
He's just gonna spend that on drugs.
We need information.
Make it 5 and we got a deal.
Cheers.
Right. 5 it is. Don't waste my time. There is no more playing games. You give us the information we need. We get out of your hair. Simple as that.
It's an old man down at the warehouse, down by the docks, down by the river. And he gives you a street address. Doesn't give you the exact.
Was that so hard? See, that wasn't so hard, was it? Now give me back the $5.
This don't work out. We're gonna come back here and lock you up and let you go cold turkey. Think about that.
Yes, sir.
All right, get out here. Get out.
I know your face.
All right, folks, we got to go down to the docks.
Docks.
God damn, I hate the docks.
We're looking for an old man at the docks giving out free samples of red kryptonite shit. All right, that's going to be easy to find, isn't it? Oh. Whoever gave us this damn job?
It's just my rotten damn luck that landed me with this.
We get in the. Do we have to get in the car, or can you just walk there from here?
It's only about 4 blocks, I think. Actually, literally, when I was looking at the map earlier. But if you want to drive, you could drive. It doesn't matter.
Should we walk or should we drive? If we walk,
I don't want to leave the car park around here.
I'll tell you what. If you drive, you can talk to your dispatch again.
There you go. Let's do that. The man up in the sky says we should talk to the dispatch.
She will tell you. She will give you the information you're looking for. She found an address for Phil DeSantis.
Does it happen to match the address that we're headed to?
No, it's in part of the city. Nothing remarkable one way or another.
All right, boys. Docks first. Look for the old man, and then if that turns up cold.
Yeah.
All right, so we drive to the docks.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just glancing over a few things. All right, he gave you some vague descriptions of the docks and the warehouse. I mean, there's tons of warehouses down there, but he did say it was the abandoned warehouse. So eventually, you think you've got the right one, and there's no, there's no cars around it. There's no action. There's nobody coming in or out. What would you like to do?
All right, maybe a bit premature, but gonna draw my revolver and kind of look for an opening, some entrance to the building.
There's like a large rolling door on both the street side and the dock side, so trucks can come and go, that sort of thing. And of course, there's like a normal door on both the front and the back.
All right.
What time of day is it, by the way?
We'll say it's around 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay.
You guys,
And it's cold. It's cold in New York.
Yeah, it's cold.
Yeah, I think I've got my gun out too, of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna head to the side door, not the rolling ones, just the one off to the adjacent to the building, and
The regular door, yeah.
test that. Yep.
Sure. It's locked.
Yeah.
Okay. You said there's 2?
There's one on
Yes.
the other side of the building. Yeah.
Can I work my way around there and test that one as well?
It's locked.
Is there no people around here at all?
Yeah, I mean, there's people on the docks, like doing normal dock working type stuff.
Well, how sure are we that this is the place that we want to be?
You're pretty sure.
Oh, look! Oh, we had an accident, and I try to snap off the door handle or whatever so that we can
do a strength roll.
Yeah,
should be no problem.
That's what I'm talking about.
Because I got a 75 in strength, and I got a 65.
Yep, so you bashed the doorknob.
Oh, look at that! What the hell? They don't make doors like they used to.
Hey, Munch, that looks like it looks like someone's broken in there. We better go in and
yeah, we got to go investigate.
See if there's anyone in there.
You got your flashlight? I got my flashlight. Here's my flashlight.
All right, stay frosty, boys.
Yeah, it's pretty dark in here actually. There's some windows up high, but they're like painted over. Like you can't. It's not letting a good light through.
Any like light switches? Where the hell?
There's no. I mean, there's light switches, but there's no electricity. You try the light switch, and the lights come on.
Well, let's come on inside. Let's close the door so nobody can see us. Or nobody can find our bodies once we're dead.
Positivity.
Well, now when we come inside and we shine the light around, does it look like there's a drug manufacturing operation going on in here, or?
So when you look around, it takes a minute for your eyes to adjust because it's still dark. You got your flashlights, but that's only kind of giving you a little beam.
Right.
So once your eyes start to adjust, it's mostly empty. There's a few barrels, nondescript barrels sitting around here and there. Like some chains hanging from the roof for like lifting large crates, that sort of thing. So nothing really obvious or anything unusual that you would expect to find in an abandoned warehouse. Give me a spot hidden though, everybody.
I think we might have gotten the wrong place. It's a shame somebody broke in and
67 miss.
Where is this spot hidden? No.
Nobody got it?
I'm going to go check those barrels over there.
I got a 48 out of 45. I could use 3 luck points.
I could use 2 luck points.
Yeah, I could use like 17 luck points, but I ain't going to do that.
I'm going to go ahead and use 2. I think that's worth it.
That's absolutely worth it. So yeah, you guys sort of spread out a little bit. You're kind of poking around, looking around. And Detective Manchester, you notice there's a set of stairs leading up to a second floor.
Yeah.
And
by the office.
At the bottom of the stairs, there's a candle lit. Small little black candle lit.
What the hell?
All right, I'm gonna signal to the boys. Boys, look over here. Got a lit candle. Yeah, keep your gun steady. But I'm gonna head up the stairs.
Careful, you might find some people up here having an orgy or something.
When you get to the bottom of the stairs, you see there's like 2 or 3 more black candles on the steps themselves going up, and they're all lit too.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and continue to sneak up that path.
Okay.
I'm following behind.
All right. And Malone?
Yep.
Okay. You get to the top of the stairs, and it's kind of like a hallway. Not a hallway, but an open walkway that overlooks the warehouse. And to the left are a series of office doors. And by the one office door in the middle, there's another candle lit at the bottom of the door.
All right, I'm going to creep up to that door and very gently test the handle.
Jesus, Malone, your flat feet are making a lot of noise. Stop it.
The door's open.
Put your feet down.
All right, gonna kind of peek inside, just opening the door ever so slightly. Revolver first, kind of peeking in, and flashlight in the other hand as well.
Okay. The door kind of creaks as it opens, and the first thing you see are a bunch of candles all around, and there's a strong smell of incense. And there's something about this room that, I don't know, I can't put a word on it. But when you open it, you realize that there's an older man sitting behind the desk, and he's an older Chinese man.
All right, go ahead and open the door fully and say, I guess I'd probably freak out in the scenario and say, freeze. and just see what his reaction is.
I forgot to mention, also standing behind him is another man. He's got his shirt off, and he is huge.
Okay,
Hoity,
I'm gonna keep
He's
my
just
revolver pointed at Hercules and reiterate what I said. Just say freeze and try and gauge the reaction from there.
He was frozen when you opened the door. I mean, he wasn't moving. It was almost like he knew you were coming. He's like,
Detectives Malone, Manchester, and Monk.
come in, my son. Sit down.
I'm gonna keep the gun pointed. I'm not gonna sit down, but I'll have a conversation with him.
Yeah,
Well,
we're
can I help
detectives from NYPD. Go ahead.
Who were you saying?
I just said we're NYPD. Did I say LAPD? NYPD police detectives. And then I said to
You were telling Manchester to go ahead.
I told them to go ahead.
Okay. Yep.
Sorry, missed that. Who are you people?
You people? I am Yin Long Hao.
Now listen, Yin. We have it on good authority that you've been distributing illicit products in this neighborhood. Is that true?
Illicit products? I don't know what you mean.
I will motion to Malone and ask him to pull out the bag that he had earlier.
I will do just that.
The envelope, the little envelope, you mean?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Brandish said envelope.
Yes. He sees it and his eyes kind of, he recognizes it, but he doesn't say anything.
That been you distributing this product around this neighborhood?
Yes, sir. Would you like some? Is that why you're here? You don't need your guns. You just had to ask.
Listen, we know
He
you've
starts to
been
open his top drawers if he's going to search into his drawer to give you some.
Yeah, and that won't be necessary. All we're here to understand is exactly what it is you've been giving out around this neighborhood.
It's just powder. It's to help you see.
You don't actually
help you
expect us to
see.
believe that.
It's a hallucinogen, is what you're saying, yeah?
I'm not familiar with that word.
It makes you have visions in your head.
Yes, that's
Crazy
what I said.
shit. You see rainbows and shit.
That's what I said. It helps you see.
Yeah, and I'm gonna make this easy for you. This powder was in connection to a very, very gruesome murder just up the road from here, and it was your powder that's suspected of having caused it. So, all I'm telling you right here is that you need to come with us. You need to explain yourself, and that's why we're here.
I don't understand. I just did explain myself.
Whatever operation you might be into is now over. We're going to take you into the police precinct and incarcerate you because you are giving away some sort of a drug that the young folk are all killing each other or dying or something.
As you say all that and you go through that, the man behind him with his arms crossed starts to walk slowly. He takes one step forward.
Don't even try it, dude. As big
You
as
better
you
freeze,
are,
buddy.
a gun's still going to kill you. You speak English?
There's no reaction from him. And the old man looks at you, he's like, so do you want some or do you not want some?
No, we don't want some. We want you to stop distributing it, and we're going to stop you right here and now.
Well, I mean, if you don't want it, I won't give it to you. But if somebody else asks me for it, I will give it to them.
I don't think you understand what's going on here. You're distributing a controlled substance. This stuff is 90% heroin. What's the other 10%?
I don't
What
know
is
what
it?
you're saying.
What is it?
I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah.
What I'm asking you is what is in the drug?
It's spice. It's
It's
ancient.
paprika. You tell us it.
It's an
Paprika.
herbal remedy.
Yeah, mixed with heroin.
Yeah. Let's all just take a second. Let's back up. I'm gonna continue to attempt to use the charm that failed last time. Yin, listen. We understand you're clearly on some sort of mission, and we get that. You're out here, you're distributing. You're not asking for any money. You clearly feel like you're part of some higher purpose, and we understand that. So are we. That's part of what we do. We protect our neighborhood. You're on your mission. We get that. All we're trying to understand, at a high level, is why you doing this. You know what's the powder all about? Why you handing it out?
You said it yourself. It's a higher calling. I'm here to help people. I want to bring them to the next level of consciousness.
Yeah, well, I've had enough of this. We're taking you down to the precinct house so that we can question you in a more secure environment than this. So you can come with us peacefully, or we can call for backup and have this place surrounded.
Gentlemen, I'm afraid to tell you I'm not going anywhere. You're free to leave.
No, you have to come with us. We don't want to hurt you, mister. You're an old man.
No response.
Come on. I walk towards him.
As you step forward, the big man steps forward.
And I walk right up to the big man. I say, you better get the fuck out of my way.
He looks down at you, and he doesn't say anything.
I'm gonna keep my well. Do I notice a height difference between Monk and?
He's about 6 inches taller than Detective Munch.
All right, I'm gonna keep
pull out
my
gun, and I like point it right at his face.
And he doesn't
Get
flinch.
the hell out of my way. So I look over at the other guys. I'm like, the fuck are we gonna do? It's like I got a fucking mountain in front of me. Please just come with us. If you haven't done anything wrong, you'll be back by tomorrow.
I haven't done anything wrong. You're free to leave.
Yeah. Before this gets way messy, and my friend Monk here gets into a scrap with your Herculean friend over here, let me just ask you one question.
Seconds away.
Let me just ask you one question. Do you have any knowledge of what took place over there on wherever the hell the murder scene is in terms of address?
No, I don't. I'm sorry. He says, if you're telling me that my product was used to hurt people, I sincerely apologize for that. But that's a reflection on them, not me.
Well,
and with that, he slowly, because he's an old man, he slowly starts to stand up from his chair, not in a threatening manner at all.
I don't think we got any choice here.
Yeah, we need to take him in.
And I knee the guy in the groin as hard as I can.
Okay.
Here we go.
Yeah, go ahead and roll. At the same time, think what you both are doing alone in Manchester.
I'm moving round towards the old man.
Okay.
My revolver drawn, and my other hand is going into my pocket to get my handcuffs.
Okay.
This little cheat sheet doesn't give me anything about brawl, and I'm sure I'm a brawler.
It's your fourth one down. 55.
Oh, yep. It's right there. 55. 28.
Nice.
So
yes, you connect.
1d3 plus 1d4 plus damage bonus. I probably have.
Was it an extreme?
No. Hold on.
Yeah.
1d what? 1d3 plus 1d4. There's no 1d3. 1. And then 1d4. Where the hell? Oh, there it is. 1. I need him in the groin as hard as I can, and I did 2 points of damage to him.
Even 2 points of damage to the groin, that shit hurts.
and I probably went, oh shit.
And when you do that, your knee comes up, you absolutely connect, and he looks down at you and he smiles.
Motherfucker.
Malone, what do you want to do? Who's got the higher dex, Malone or Manchester?
I think I do.
Right, that's right, because you're the fast character. So Manchester, you can tell me what you're going to do first.
Whoa.
Right. Shit.
The way I'm picturing it in my mind is Munch is to your left. He's confronting the big guy. You're in the middle because you came in first, and you were talking to the old man. And Malone is just to your right, as he's kind of right at the corner of the desk.
All right. I guess my mindset at this point is I'm gonna help my fellow officer out. So I had my gun trained at his head this whole time. I'm gonna take a shot.
Ooh. Okay. Go ahead and roll your firearms, and I will give you a bonus die, which means you can roll twice and take the highest.
Get 95. So
oh boy, my head.
What die do I roll again?
So just re-roll your same D100 again, and hopefully it's better than a 95.
This one is a 94.
Oh. Goodbye, everybody.
That's a miss.
95. It's like, I believe
It's a miss him.
I believe a 96 is a critical.
It's pretty damn close.
Bad. So because of the lighting in this room, you've got your flashlight in the one hand, the candles, the incense, the smoke is kind of a little bit heavier. You miss him, and the bullet just misses Munch and lodges into the wall next to him.
What the hell are you doing?
Manchester, what would you want to do?
I'm just gonna say, freeze.
What?
I'm not. New Yorker. What would a New Yorker do in this situation?
Is the guy doing anything to me?
Excuse me. Not yet, but I'm sorry, Malone. What did you want to do?
I'm gonna move around towards the old man. The
Now-
handcuffs out.
Okay.
And just say, right, show me your hands. Show me your hands.
As you say that, the gunshot goes off. That surprises you. You weren't expecting that. And in that split second, the old man moves to the back of the room, and there's like a curtain there, and he goes behind the curtain in like lightning speed. Like you thought he was a little old man who could move at 3 miles an hour, and this guy just, boom, he just disappears
What
almost.
the hell?
With that, the big guy is going to swing back at you, Munch.
And I'm like literally, practically in his arms.
Do you want to dodge or fight back?
I'm going to try to dodge.
Okay.
And I got an 89.
Okay. He goes to grapple you. He goes to like put his arms around you, like give you a big bear hug.
Oh,
And he kind of does. He kind of grabs you, but you manage to like wiggle out of it.
oh, really? I didn't make my dodge.
Yeah. He didn't make his maneuver roll.
Oh, okay. I'm like, holy crap! It's like getting hugged by a jackhammer. I don't know what it's getting hugged. It's getting hugged by something.
So you can go next.
Me?
Yep. You wanna fight back again, or do you wanna? What do you want to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a 1-2 right in the gut.
Okay.
Probably not gonna break my wrists. I succeed.
Okay. Roll damage.
It's the same damage as last time. Let's see. I got 5.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
I got a 4 and a 1.
Sorry, my brain's not working.
4 plus 1 equals 5.
The 1-2 combo.
Okay, sorry. Yes, that clearly hurt him. He doubles over.
Oh,
Manchester?
Gonna run over, get a clear line of sight, make sure that ideally Munch is no longer in the way, and just kind of hold my revolver steady and just say, so he's on the floor doubled over?
No, he's still standing, but he just like flinched at the pain of getting punched.
All right, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna establish a clear line of sight. I'm gonna hold my revolver and say, get on the ground, for whatever the hell good that's gonna do.
Yeah, he doesn't listen.
Yeah.
Malone, what do you want to do?
I'm going to pursue the perp through the pursue the pipe.
Yep. Okay.
Chitin.
You toss back the
You,
cart.
buddy.
As you kind of do, the big guy sees you kind of running past him, and his attention now is drawn towards you. But you're moving kind of quick too, and he was just punched, so he's not able to do anything just yet. But his focus is on you. When you tear the curtains away, you see there's an open door already, and there's a small back room there, but it's dark.
I've still got my flashlight.
Still got your flashlight? Okay, great. So you do a quick shine of your flashlight. There's nobody there.
Any other doors in the room?
No.
Oh, there's got to be like a trap door or something in there. I'm gonna head into the room and start searching, trying to figure out where he's gone. Whether he's hiding in there or something.
Now, as you do, I just want to remind you that you are also aware that the big guy's behind you now.
Behind me?
Yeah, in other words, Munch and the big guy were squaring off, and you kind of came around the desk and are now behind the big guy. So he saw that you got past him, and now he turned his attention towards you, and he's kind of coming towards you now.
it's okay. We'll hold him.
Well, I'm gonna turn in that. If that's the case, I'm gonna turn around and level my gun at him.
Okay.
Say, back up, buddy, back up.
He's not listening.
I'm trying to grapple him and keep him from going.
Yeah, let's go to your turn next. You want to grapple?
Yeah. Trying to keep him from. I'm trying to pull him down.
Okay. Man.
I got a 98.
I got a 90.
So I'm like hanging on his arm, and he's just swinging me around.
Yep. There's not really much of an effect.
Jesus Christ, this guy's crazy. This guy's strong.
Manchester, you want to do anything?
Yeah, so is Munch hanging on him right now?
Yeah.
He
I'm having no effect.
he turned his back to Munch, and Munch tried to grapple him by like grabbing him around his chest. But it's like it's not, it doesn't do anything. It's like trying to pull down a linebacker.
All right. I guess I'm gonna yell out to Munch, scream, get down, let go, get down.
I just immediately let go and fall to the ground.
And I'm gonna take another shot.
Okay.
That is an 8.
An
Oh,
08?
excuse me. No, that's an 80 and a 0. Excuse me.
Oh, okay. 80.
80. Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I will still give you a bonus die because you're still in very close quarters.
That one is a 48. That might
Okay.
be a little bit more in line.
That's better. Yeah, so that one's going to hit. You can go ahead and roll your damage.
D4.
Let's see. You have your pistol, right?
Smith and Wesson.
Smith and Wesson. So 1d10 plus 2.
There. That's a 2 plus 2 is 4.
4. All right, and with that, the big man goes down. He drops like a sack of potatoes.
On me. Oh, get him off! Get him off!
Right. I'm going to spin round the moment he goes down. I'm going to spin round and start searching the room.
Yep.
Because he can't have. He must be in here.
You search, and there's no sign or trace whatsoever.
There's no trapdoors or.
Absolutely nothing. The man vanished. Do a sanity roll, please. Matter of fact, you all can do a sanity roll because that's going to become common knowledge in a minute. So,
which die is that?
So D100 again. So same D100, and then just compare it to your sanity score in the top right-hand box.
Very good. Passed.
I got a 15, so I passed easily.
Passed.
I got a 4.
4. Oh, that's awesome. All right, so everybody passed. So just take one for each of you.
All right.
All right, so just to recap real quick. You have an old man that just disappeared, and you've got a big man who's laying basically dead on the floor.
Sorry, guys.
I want to go back and search the desk, I think.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say too. I'll
Okay.
let you do it.
Yeah, when you open that top drawer, it's full of those little packets with the dragon symbol on it.
Anything else?
Nope.
Oh boy, say just Munch, are you hurt? How you feeling?
Oh, geez. Yeah, I'm okay.
It's always a bad day when a cop has to pull the trigger like that, but I didn't see any way out of that one.
Geez, it's kind of sad because this guy could have been the whole police force if he wanted to. My God, what a man. Like a mountain.
Malone, where did the perp run off to? I missed it in all that action.
He just went. He ran in here. He's gone.
Oh, come on.
There ain't no way out of here.
There's got to be a way out.
Let's check that back room. Let's make sure we do a clean sweep before we get out of here and
Be
call him
my
back up.
guest.
Yeah.
Holy shit, there's nothing in here.
All right, so I'll go back there, kind of work the flashlight around, try and do a real thorough inspection, and assume it coming up empty.
Yep. The only thing that's there is like a long couch, like if you wanted to sit on the couch, that's it.
Any decorations on the wall? Any?
There's some Asian decorations hanging, that sort of thing, but nothing unusual.
Check behind the couch. Maybe there's a hole in the wall.
Nothing.
Underneath it?
Nope.
Inside it?
Nope.
All right, boys. I'm gonna head back to the cruiser, get a radio for backup. Tell them we got a perp down, and we have to figure out what to do next. Actually, before I do that, can I just take a quick look at the body? Just, I don't know, maybe there's tattoos, markings, maybe there's, God forbid, ID.
I was going to say, check his ID, make sure we do that.
We already missed one important clue.
Yeah, nothing like that. He's just wearing, he's not wearing a shirt at all, so there's no tattoos at all. And he's just wearing some silk pants.
Of Asian descent?
Yeah.
All right. I'll follow through with what I said before. Radio for backup and get a.
Okay. So you're gonna go back to the car. The other two, what are you gonna do?
The old man was also an Asian, yes.
Yes.
I'm gonna stay in there because there's a large quantity of drugs in there. We can't leave that unattended.
Yeah. Wait until the backup gets here and have him go over this place with a fine-tooth comb. And that old man's got to be somewhere in this building.
Well, as soon as this place is sorted out, I say we go and find that Phil the Sanex guy.
That's got to
Yes.
be it.
So
I agree with you boys, but I just can't. I
Properly
can't believe.
split him out.
I can't believe there isn't a trapdoor in there or something that we missed.
Well, you know, they've got some of those things down to an art form. I saw this box once that was impossible to open unless you knew exactly how to open it, and it was amazing.
Well, it is kind of dark in there.
So you call for backup. Backup arrives. All the usual proceedings happen. The drugs are bagged up, evidence bag, and there's probably paperwork that needs to be done. You guys are gonna have to go back to the station, fill out the paperwork. Probably take you the rest of the day. But if you want to either go out at night or if you want to just call it the next morning.
Let's say it's
I'd
the
rather
next
do
morning,
this.
we're all fresh.
Okay.
I'm exhausted, boys. I just killed a man. I'm gonna go home, take the night off.
Let's go see Phil Desenex.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next morning arrives. It's snowing now, and it's 8 a.m. You got your coffee, your donut. What would you like to do? You have his address.
Let's go straight there, I say.
Okay.
Agreed.
You get to his apartment. I guess it's like a brownstone. You get to the door and it's locked.
Well, let's knock.
No answer.
Let's knock again.
Still no answer.
Let's
Bunch.
knock a lot harder. Kaboom.
Munch, I'm usually more by the book, but in case you could utilize that similar technique that you took care of at the warehouse, that'd be much
Yeah.
appreciated.
Yeah, I'll try it. Yeah, I passed. 53 out of 75.
Okay. You smash the doorknob with no.
It's amazing. People have been breaking in all over the city.
You go in, and his apartment is fairly unusual. I mean, not unusual, meaning regular. I mean,
Just an apartment.
yeah, nothing really jumps out at you.
Does it
There's
look
a-
like he's been here for a while? Or, I mean, that he's lived in, or is it
Yeah.
dusty?
Over in the corner, in I guess you would call it a den, maybe. There is a typewriter there, but pretty much, if you did a search, you would not find anything except for his books that he's written, and maybe like some research material. Unless there's something specific you want to ask me.
Well, when we came in, of course, like NYPD.
Yeah.
We looked for any evidence of this drug.
Do a spot hidden on that. You all can do it.
Okay.
I got a 4.
44.
I can't find my dice.
And you failed the spot hidden.
Spot hit.
I got a 28.
They vanished with the old man.
Pass.
All right, so each of you that passed, you each in different locations of the house find an empty wrapper with the red dragon on it, and with the 04, you find in his bottom drawer of his desk, there's like 5 or 6 of those empty packets.
So he's been using the drugs, guys.
Look, we know there's some sort of connection to some weird stuff, some supernatural, some occult. God only knows. I don't even know what half that shit means. Why don't we search for some more evidence of these witches and wizards and all that other stuff?
Wait a second. If this guy's some sort of a witch, that's crazy. Yeah, I know. But they were all arranged in a circle. Yeah?
Yeah, that's right.
And if he had access to this drug that, according to the old man, expands your mind, and they all took the drug, he wanted something, and they all committed suicide. It's like a human sacrifice. Let's look like you say, let's look through his stuff. Maybe there's some crazy ass. I mean, I'm not saying any of this shit is real, but people believe this shit.
Yeah, think a book, think a diagram, think a something that might explain what the hell we got done seeing earlier the other day.
Well, maybe something that looks like that stuff that was scrawled on the rock.
Oh yeah. I forgot all about
Remember
the rock.
that stuff? Yeah, you remember that?
I should have hit the big guy with a rock.
I'm normally not all for this, boys, but at this point, I say we toss the place, figure out what the hell we need to do to close this out.
Yeah, this guy's our number one suspect. So, yep, let's do just that.
So we toss the place.
Yep, you don't find anything else.
God damn it.
Sorry.
I think that we should wrap this all up in a file folder and stick it away somewhere where we never have to look at the damn thing again.
I think we should get an APB out and fill this annex.
Yeah, but we have no reasonable cause except that he's a name. He had a party with oh jeez. I think that it might be time to do another idea roll.
You all head back down to the car, feeling somewhat defeated, and the dispatch calls for Corky. Corky,
Hey,
you there?
doll, what's up?
I just got a weird report. There's you know that situation you guys had at the warehouse yesterday?
Oh, yeah.
We have a guy on, just keeping an eye on things. He said he just saw somebody walk into the back door.
You give a description?
He gives a vague description to you, and why don't you all do either spot hidden or an idea roll, either one.
20.
25.
16. I get a success either way.
So no problem. You guys, as you were tossing Phil's apartment, you came across pictures of him, so you know what he looks like, and the description matches his description.
All
right.
He's going to get some
Holy
drugs for the old
moly.
man.
Let's drive over there at breakneck speed.
All right, I'm a good driver. So we drive over there.
Okay, you get there, no problem. You pull up to the building. How would you like to enter it?
With extreme prejudice.
Yeah, should we just bash down the door? Well, we don't have to. The doorknob's
Yeah,
not
it's
there.
already open. Just crime
We
tape on
just
the back.
open it up and we yell out, NYPD, blue.
My colleagues are fans of extreme force.
Yeah, no answer, but the same situation. When you go in, the building's dark, but all the candles are all lit.
Make a beeline
Let
towards
me-
that apartment.
Let me qualify that. Since we got a phone call telling us about this,
Mhm.
do we have backup outside? we
You were the
say that-
first to arrive, so if you want to
Okay.
call for backup,
But they're coming. Yeah,
you can
okay.
if you-
We definitely would have called.
Okay.
Because there might be another mountain guy upstairs. All right. So,
What, you think he breeds them?
yeah.
Holy hell.
All right, boys. Let's make a beeline for the apartment. That's my plan.
Yeah. So up the
Stairs to
Up
the
the
center room
stairs.
again.
Yeah.
Same situation. Manchester, you're going to go first again?
I'll go first.
You're going to open the door slowly like before, or do anything different?
This time, I'm gonna whip it open. Gun drawn. Flashlight in the other hand.
Okay, perfect. And who's going second?
I'm right behind him.
Okay.
Flatfoot's behind me.
Yeah, gotcha. The door opens, your flashlight shines in, and the first thing you see is the big, tall moose of a man standing behind the desk. But that's all you see. You don't see the old man.
Same guy?
Same guy.
No fucking way.
Sanity roll.
Remember us?
Sanity roll.
Yeah, you got to do a sanity roll on that one.
Oh, bum.
12.
88.
Yeah, 74.
So let's do pass would be 2 points. Fail would be 1d4 plus 2.
Ooh, bad. Come on, come on. I got a 5.
I also got a 5.
Josh, when you get a 5, that's not good. That means that the GM gets to control you.
So I believe you can still do a intelligence check, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So go ahead and see if that kicks in.
And on the
Fine.
intelligence check, you don't want to pass. Because if you
Don't want
pass,
to
then you
pass.
fully understand it.
Correct.
I have an intelligence of 85.
I've got a 75. Yes, I passed.
Okay.
He's
I
a
got a 15.
So you are absolutely stunned by seeing the same man standing in front of you that you just saw shot yesterday.
and what happens to us?
Once you kind of freeze, you're second in line. You're kind of frozen. You're not sure how to react to this. You're processing. Malone, you come in right behind him, and you're also stunned. So you're both just kind of standing there in the door, just not sure what exactly to do next.
I'm
Manchester?
trying to say Manchester, but I'm saying mama, 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 mama.
Do I recognize? So there's the big man, and Yin is there. Same guy.
You don't see him, no.
Just the giant.
Just the giant.
We'll
I guess
call him Gollum from now on.
I'll call out in this instance. I'll just kind of yell into the darkness. Yin. It's Phil. Is that who we're chasing? Phil.
Yeah.
Yin. Phil. Is anybody out there? Just leave it at that.
Yep, there's no response. Tell you what, do a listen roll.
Okay. 22.
Nice.
Uh,
You hear a
35.
moan. A moan come from the back room.
Okay. I will continue to have my gun drawn on big guy, and I'll slowly step forward saying, just stay where you are, kind of thing.
Yep. And he's not really, not even, he's watching you. His eyes are watching you, but he's not really reacting. He's not making a movement for you. He's just basically standing there in the corner.
As I move forward, I'll call out to him. Just say, "Sir, do you understand me?"
No reaction.
I'll just continue to inch forward.
Yep.
Still nothing from him.
Nope, no reaction.
Is he in between me and the back room?
We'll say he's on the opposite side of the room. So you kind of came in the front door, so he's off to the left. The door to the back room's in the middle, and then you saw the corner to the right.
All right. So I will. I'll keep my gun trained on him, but I'll slowly sort of inch my way over towards the room where I heard the moan. Just say, "Just stay where you are. Just hold on there, big fella," and I'll just kind of keep moving that direction.
Okay.
Until I reach the door.
Yep, that's no problem. He doesn't react at all. He just is watching you.
Okay. I will, once I get to the door, I'll shine my flashlight in and look for the source of the moan.
Sure. When you do that, you see the old man is sitting in the corner on the floor, and you see Phil laying on the couch.
Do I just kind of observing them with the flashlight? Are they in any sort of duress, or are they talking? I mean, what's happening in the room?
No, the old man's just sitting there on the floor, cross-legged, and Phil is on the couch, and he's sort of moving his head about with a slight moan. Malone and Munch, what would you like to do?
Well,
Kinda
we're
snap
supposed to be out for how many rounds?
Yeah, normally I would, but you're kind of snapping out of it.
And I see that Manchester has gone through the door. So I look at the big guy and I move around the table and I'm just like, stay there. He doesn't seem like he's moving. So
Yeah, he's just watching you.
does he have a bullet hole in him?
No.
I'm heading straight for the door.
The back door or the front door?
The back door.
Okay.
I'm just going carrying on straight through into the back room. I just don't want to be in the same room as the guy that died yesterday.
And Munch, are you continuing into the back room also?
Yeah.
All right, so all three of you are in there now. You're all in there with your flashlights. There's still several candles about. You see Phil is on the couch. He's kind of moaning, and it's a mixture between a pleasurable moan and a painful moan. It's kind of fluctuating back and forth. And with that, you look up at the ceiling. Your light catches the ceiling. The ceiling is moving. There's a black swirling pattern on the ceiling itself. Everybody do sanity, please.
Yeah. 21.
It's an 89.
Oh dear.
Hmm.
I got 100.
Oh my. So a pass is just going to be 1. So that's the good news. A fail is going to be your max. Oh, okay. Sorry. Manchester, did you regular fail?
It was an 89. So yeah. No,
Okay.
I think that's regular fill.
But Munch, you passed with 21. So Manchester, you can do a 1d6.
Okay.
And Malone, you would just take the max 6.
So 1.
Okay.
You've gotten 5 and 6 within seconds of each other.
Yep.
Do you have your cards handy, Tom?
I couldn't find them the other day. That's why we used what's his name's cards.
Well, more than that. Not only have I got 5 and 6 in short in directly after each other, but I've actually lost a total of 15, which is 20% is 13.
So you're hurting. Well, I'll tell you what. I don't want to spend the time looking up the. So just how do you think you would react as your?
Don't say red mist. Don't say red mist.
No, I think I would just.
I don't think red mist would apply. I mean, you've got your gun out, but you're not necessarily in a threatened mode at this point.
No, given that I've just, I think I'd just fall to my knees and just stare at the ceiling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
My previous reaction was just to shut down. I think I've just pretty much shut down completely for a while.
Yeah, that's a lot to process. All right.
I'm scared, but I'm like reaching for Phil, to see if he's like dying.
You look down with your flashlight, and the needle's still sticking out of his arm.
So, as I pull the needle out of his arm,
Mhm.
and I say to the old man, "So is it a combination of the drug and your stuff that causes this to happen? What the hell is that?"
When you turn around, the old man's not there.
Oh my God!
Sanity roll.
Is the swirling
both of us?
still there?
Yes. You don't have to.
The swirling is still going on.
Yeah.
46, which is not much of a pass, but it is 1 at this point.
No, I failed. I got a 66.
So because it happened already, I'll just do 1 for a pass, 2 for a fail.
Okay. It's clicking down.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my luck. I just lowered my luck. All right.
So Phil's sitting in front of you. He's moaning and so forth. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna do my best to I don't know, kind of try and revive him, if you will. Just kind of slap him a little bit, like.
Is he face up or face down?
Yeah, he's laying with his back on the couch, so he's kind of looking up at the swirling ceiling.
Like, Phil, do you hear me? Can you hear me at all? Kind of look in his eyes, just check vitals. I have, I think, a bit of, well, no, first aid. I have a bit of first aid, so I'm just trying to do my best to see what his vital signs are.
Sure. Yep, that makes sense. We'll say that in due time, he starts to come to. He starts to, whatever effects he's on, they're starting to wear off. And at the same time, the ceiling starts to fade back to its normal ceiling state.
All right, boys. This man is in no shape to continue this conversation here. I say we get him out, get him back to the precinct, question him there, and Malone looks fucking terrible. Let's get him back home.
Where the fuck did the old man go?
Watch it. We can't worry about that right now. We gotta get out of here.
And by then you start hearing voices from the backup that you called in, and they're coming in the back door asking, is everybody all right? Like, who's in here?
Yeah, we're up here.
Out here, boys, out here. I guess I completely forgot about the giant Herculean Asian man in the...
You didn't forget, he's just not there.
Okay. Okay, fair enough. So, just reach out. In here, boys, in here. We got to get Malone out of here. We got one perp down. Got to get him back to the station.
All right. I'm going to try to jump through this a little bit.
Manchester.
Yeah, what's up, Munch?
What if we're hallucinating? What if we've been exposed to this stuff? We're breathing it in. Maybe it's in the air. Because we're seeing things that aren't there.
Munch, I ain't never seen no dark circles spin around my head like that in my life. If you're right, I wouldn't be surprised at all. I have no idea what I'm seeing at this point. I just know that we got to get Malone out of here, and we got the only lead we have left laying half high on a couch. Yeah. We just need to get the hell out of here.
Let's take him back. All right.
Okay. I'm trying to think. What would we do? What do you want to do with Malone? He's sort of coming in
Let
and
him
out.
sober up.
He probably at this point needs some hospitalization, or he at least needs to talk to the precinct psychologist.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's do that. So you guys come back to the station. You basically either, if you didn't do it, your backup did. You've arrested Phil,
right?
Under suspicion, and you have some time alone with the psychologist. It helps. You can do a 1d4 recovery.
And we've been telling you that maybe we're exposed to this poison and it's affecting our minds. Can we all do a little psychologist with the psychology?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. You can all do a 1d4 recovery.
I got 1 point back.
2?
So convinced that it's real.
Is that 2 back to the sanity?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Trying to wrap this up. You come out of your psychology. We'll say it's late in the evening now. You've done all the necessary paperwork. That took a long time. You're not even sure what to write down in the report. So you're trying to work together and come up with a story that makes sense. If you start saying people are disappearing, that might not fly. So you're trying to come up with something that's going to make sense and that might actually get a conviction on this guy named Phil.
Well, we know that there's a drug involved, and we know that we were probably exposed to it, which caused us to have rather vivid hallucinations. So it's a dangerous drug. And that's the angle we'll go at.
I I know we have to write our reports, and I know we have to wrap up, but is there one last shot to interrogate Phil if he's come out of his stupor?
Yeah, sure. Matter of fact, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
So you guys can pull him into the investigation room, and you all three can be there and talk to him if you want.
All right. So before we walk in the room, just gonna talk to my counterparts. Listen, boys. I think our strategy's worked up to this point with all the witnesses. Play a little bit of good cop, Munch. You're fantastic bad cop, and Malone, what's ever left the fragile mind at this point, you can use. And we're gonna do our best here, but let's see if we can't figure out exactly what happened the night of all those murders.
Yeah.
Right, so, gonna head on in.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's talk to this fucker.
So, Jeff, what is his demeanor when we walk in the room? Is he coherent-ish?
Yeah, actually, he seems perfectly normal almost.
Phil, can I call you Phil?
Please.
What do you remember about last night?
Last night? So just so I'm clear, last night was when you arrested him?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I don't remember a whole lot. I just remember I went to see Mr. Yinglao, and I had my vision expanded, and the next thing I know, I woke up in a jail cell.
You see Mr. Lau often?
Lately, yes. I've been going to him about once a day.
And you've been using those packets, that red dust. He's been using to, as you said, help people out.
Yes.
Okay. Obviously, we're gonna need all this in writing. You comfortable with that?
Yes.
All right. Couple things we want to understand. Mr. Lau, what do you know about him?
Not a whole lot. I mean, I was told quite a while ago, I guess. I don't know exactly when the days have kind of merged together. But I heard he was giving out this free stuff, and I decided to check it out. And then, I don't know if you're going to believe me or not, but this is where it gets a little weird. I was contacted by a man who he wanted to hire me to write a book. Now, I've already written a few books. They've done okay, but I've never been on any sort of bestseller list. So when this man asked me to write a book specifically for him, I jumped at the chance. And the thing is that he heard about this stuff and how it was mind altering. He wanted me to take this enhancement and write about it. So that's what I did. I started making notes as I experienced my experiences. I wrote things down. I gave him a lot of my notes already, and that's pretty much why I've been doing this. And then once he seemed satisfied, I just couldn't stop. I just kept going.
Could you tell us what your relationship is with Billy O'Dwyer and Jason Campbell?
Yeah, they're I guess friends of mine. We went out and had a good time.
Did you do some of this stuff?
Yes,
you did.
They volunteered. They came along willingly.
They came along willingly. Were there other people there with you? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know they're all dead.
Yes.
What happened? Tell us what happened.
Most people, I guess, can't handle the visions. The reality to them, once they get into those woods, once they see the colors and the woods and they don't really recover. And when they come out of it, it's not pretty. They hurt themselves.
You saying they did this to themselves?
Yes.
They did this when they came down from the drug, is what you're saying.
Yes.
So it's a highly addictive drug.
And this man.
Did you guys find anything in that room?
What sort of thing?
Mr. DeSanix, I have a few things. I have a poem here. Did you write this poem?
Yeah, that's mine.
Can you tell me what it says?
I mean, I pretty much did. It's me trying to relate the ideas that I saw in my vision.
And
trying to put it into words.
And Munch, I don't know if you still have the rock. You still have the rock on you?
You found it?
I wasn't going to tell him that I found the rock. I was going to make him tell us that we found it about the rock. But yeah, we got the rock.
Where is it? What happened to it?
We have it in custody. What is the rock? Tell us about the rock.
Did you use it?
I don't know what to use it for. It's got writing on it, but what is it for?
I can read it for you. I can translate it.
Well, you've already seen it. What does it say?
No, I haven't seen it.
Where did the rock come from?
I think it came from the other side. That's what I was hoping. That's what I was hoping. I was hoping there would be some sort of physical hard evidence from the other side.
Should we, guys, should we get the rock out of Laka and let him see it?
I don't trust it.
Well, what's he going to do? He can't get away from us. He's in a real locked room here.
I don't know, man. I've seen some sick stuff over the last couple of days.
Yeah, I'm going to go get the rock. I'll bring the rock back in just a second. Do you want any coffee? Coffee?
Coffee. Yeah, coffee.
Get me a coffee.
All right.
I need a smoke.
How about you, Phil? You want some coffee?
You're going to go get it?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to get it.
We can't do it here, though. We have to do it outside.
What do you mean?
It's, for lack of a better word, it's special.
What's so special about being outside?
Was there writing on it?
Yes.
You only saw part of the writing.
So some sort of a magic trick.
Yeah, that's a good word for it.
You got to hold it in the sunlight to see it? Is that what it is?
You got to hold it in the moonlight.
In the moonlight. You've been reading that Tolkien fella, haven't you? This moonwriting, haven't you? Jesus Christ. All right, let me go get the fucking rock. I get the rock. I come back.
All right, let's do this. Let's go outside. Let's see if he's right.
Okay.
All right.
I'm not sure I want to do this.
You guys go out into the parking lot.
Yeah, it's kind of curious.
The moonlight is out. There's clouds here and there, but every now and then it opens up and the moonlight shines through. And it's still kind of in the bag, I guess, in the evidence bag. And he's like, can I touch it? Can I touch it?
You want to touch it? Why do you want to touch it?
All right.
You see it just fine from here.
Well, just hold it for me then.
Well, it's let's say it's been cleaned up at least.
Okay, yeah, that probably makes sense.
We take it out of the evidence bag and I hold it like this.
He looks at you and he says something, but you didn't quite catch it. He says it very low.
Come again?
And then he turns to Manchester. And he says something to you also, but you just can't quite catch it. He's sort of mumbling.
Hey, don't fuck with us, man. What is this? Is this some kind of game?
And then lastly, he turns to Malone. And he mumbles something else to Malone. And with that, the rock in your hand gets super hot. You drop the rock. It's too hot to touch.
Okay, I dropped the rock.
It falls to the ground, and it cracks open. And the next thing you know, a dark shadow emerges out of the rock, comes up like almost like a whirlwind, like a dust devil of like black smoke, and it's swirling about you, and it's swirling right in front of your eyes. And as it's starting to happen, it starts to take a shape and a form, and it looks like the three-eyed dragon. There's a black winged creature now floating above you all. What do you want to
Sanity
do?
roll. Don't have to ask me to do a sanity roll.
49.
I did not pass.
I passed that.
I got
Just
through it.
51 out of 53. Damn glad I went to see that shrink.
Oh wow!
I'm just gonna sit down and stare up at it because I'm like terrified.
Did anybody pass? I'm sorry, passes? Anybody pass?
Pass.
Yes, I passed.
Oh, everybody passed. Okay. Oddly enough, I'm just going to say 2 points.
Oh, it's just a dragon's egg.
It's just a dragon. You see one every day. But now the question is, what do you want to do? Because it looks nasty and it looks like you're in trouble.
All right. Or do we still have our weapons?
Yeah,
Sure.
I think I'm just gonna shoot at it.
I'm going to grab Phil in almost like a kind of hostage situation and sort of put him between me and the dragon.
Okay. Malone?
Kid, what did he mumble to us?
You didn't hear?
What did you say? What did you say to me?
And he turns to you and he just looks in wide-eyed joy. He's like, it worked. It worked. I can't believe it worked.
What have you done?
And he just laughs.
I yell at the other guys. I'm like, it's a hallucination. He drugged us.
As you say that, one of the creature's wings comes down and hits you on the back of your head, Munch.
And
Does
900 damage.
7 points of damage.
Oh my goodness. Damn. So it knocks me.
That's a knockout. Do a constitution roll to see if you remain standing.
Yeah, no.
So you drop to your knees. It's going to swing at you, Malone, but I will give you a chance to react first.
I'm just gonna fire at it.
Okay.
I'm just gonna fire my gun at it. In fact, I'm gonna fire 3 rounds at it.
Okay. So first round rolls normal. Second 2 are with penalty die.
Okay, so first one is a hit with 22. That's 45. The second one is a 73. That's a miss. And the third one, just 1 penalty die on the third one.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's a 3 or... It's a really good roll. Or a 16. Ah, that's a hit as well. So that's two of them have hit, yes.
Okay. You can roll damage twice.
So that's 4. 4 plus 2 is 6. And 8 plus 2 is 10. So a total of 16 damage.
16. Okay. All right, it flinches, it reacts, but it doesn't seem to be stopping it.
Oh dear.
Manchester,
shit.
what do you want to do? Can you hear me, Manchester?
We
Oop,
can't.
my
hear you.
apologies. Oh, there we
Okay.
go. Yeah, I'm going to follow my colleague's league, and I'm also going to take a shot at it.
Okay, go ahead.
Get a 24.
Okay.
Which is a hard hit. Let's see. Damage is 1d10 plus 2. 9.
Okay. It barely reacts. Munch, what would you like to do?
I'm going to shoot Phil.
I
Go for it.
am
And
holding
I'm-
right now.
I'm laying on the ground, so I'm going to just take a good straight aim right at Phil.
Okay.
Or do you want to actually aim, because you can use this round to aim, and then next round you'll have
I'll
a
do
bonus.
that. I'll very carefully aim right at
Okay.
Phil.
It turns and it swings at Phil with his wing. And does quite a bit of damage.
God damn it.
Kind of knocks him from your arms, Manchester.
Okay.
He's still standing, though. Malone, what would you like to do?
I'm going to fire my remaining 3 rounds at it.
Okay. First one regular, second 2 penalty.
Okay. Oh, first one hits with a 4.
Question is, don't the police come out of the precinct house when we're firing our guns in the park?
Eventually, but yeah, this is like a matter of seconds, really. You each
Right.
have gotten off like 2 shots, so yeah.
Second one hits with a 33. Oh, 83. And 12. No, the third one misses.
Okay. Did you say your first one was an 04?
Yes.
So that would be an extreme then.
Aha.
So,
So that does that
full
will do,
damage plus your die roll.
Okay, so that does 12 plus 7, so that's 19 for the first one.
Whew.
And the other
That's a
one
shot.
does 6, so that's a total of 25 points of damage.
Woo, baby. Get him, Malone.
He flinches.
And my gun is now empty.
The creature lets out a incredible ear-piercing scream. It's like nothing you've ever heard before, and it's wobbling in front of you. Who's got the higher dex, Munch or Manchester?
I do.
I got 50.
So let's go with your fast. Yeah, go ahead and go with Manchester. You can do something.
Okay. It's a 52. Firearms is, well, it was 50, but I think we increased at the beginning.
Oh, right. Yeah.
60. So that's a pass.
Pass? Okay.
Is, where's the 1d10? Okay. 8 plus 2 is 10.
10. Munch, what do you want to do? Anything?
Yeah, I'm shooting at Phil. I've already taken the time to aim,
Okay.
so
You can roll with your bonus.
I was thinking about swinging around and hitting the thing, but
Let me ask you before you roll.
Mhm.
Sorry. Are you aiming? Is your intention you're going to kill him, or are you trying to wound him?
I'm trying to kill him. I think he's doing it somehow.
Okay.
Nope, I missed 75. Despite my aim. Oh wait, does my aim get me something extra?
It gave you the bonus die. Did you roll?
Oh, I didn't roll the bonus die. Huh. Well, let's see. You take 9 and you add 90 to it, and what do you get?
99.
Mm-hmm. But my other dice was 75.
Okay, that's fine. So yeah, you missed. The thing knocked him out of Manchester's arm, so Manchester was holding him, but
Right.
when he knocked him loose, it threw off your aim.
My aim. God damn it.
All right. Oh no. Malone.
Oh dear. Yes.
The creature turns after you've been firing at it nonstop. And it's trying to bite you. Do you want to dodge or fight back?
I'm going to dodge.
Try biting it back.
Is that a dex roll or an actual dodge roll?
Do you have the dodge skill?
Only a
Technically-
base.
Technically, it's half your dex.
Yeah. 53 out of 20. That's a fail.
And with that, this thing reaches down and it bites your shoulder. It tears out a huge a huge patch of your skin, and it does 6 damage.
Ow. That's more than half of my. I can't remember whether that counts for something.
I think you're okay as long as it's not 7. I think 7 is the magic number. All right. Let's go back to Manchester with your dex.
Keep plugging away.
Sure. Go ahead.
65, which would be a fail, but can I spend 5 luck points to hit?
You know what? Normally in combat, you can't, but since we're right close to the end, I'm gonna say yes.
Okay. All right.
I've just had a look, and that is a major wound.
Is it half damage or just 6?
Half damage, equal or greater than half.
So that's a Constitution roll, right? To see if you're conscious or standing. Did you roll damage there, Manchester?
I did. It was 1
29.
plus 2 is 3. So I grazed him.
All right. Munch, what do you got?
I'm gonna fire at the thing.
Okay.
I'm just rolling, and I'm laying on my back, so I'm quite steady.
Okay.
7.
Nice. So max damage plus you can roll again.
Oh. What is damage? Oh, I keep forgetting.
I think you all have the same.
Right here.
D10 plus 2.
Yeah. D10 plus 2. 7, 8, 9. Plus I get to roll again, you said? Yeah.
Well, so in other words, it's max damage, so you automatically get 12, and then whatever you roll for damage. So if you roll,
what did I just
9,
say? 7?
I think you said 9.
9. Okay.
So it's 12 plus 9.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a headshot. That's a critical wound. You nail this thing right between its third eye, and it drops and falls to the ground. As it hits the ground and it starts writhing in pain and shrieking, it starts to fade into smoke again.
Okay.
And by now, all the other police department has run out, and they're all looking at you, wondering, what are you shooting at?
Arrest that man. And they also see that we're critically wounded. 2 of us are.
Yeah. I didn't think you guys would do it. I think we can call it. That was it.
Wow. And only 3.5 hours.
Man.
I apologize for taking so long.
No,
okay.
that
It was
awesome.
a great story.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let me go ahead and finish it. This is where I finish up. Ours. Let's see. Where is the finishing of it? Our players included Nick Swan, Josh Hook, Wayne Worthy wasn't here, and myself with Jeff Wilkins as Keeper of the Secret. Is that everybody? Yeah, that's everybody. We're currently producing 4 shows a week with music and sound effects added in post-production. In order to create a richer listener experience, we provide audio-only versions of our show, free for you to download from Podbean or iTunes. Patrons of our show enjoy the privilege of listening to some of our pre- and post-game conversations. We discuss just about everything. It can be fascinating, funny, and insightful. If you'd like to become a patron, visit our Patreon account. Just $1 or $2 a day, just $1 or $2 a month will help us a lot. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel for updates on our latest shows, and leave us some comments. We love hearing from you. This is Tom Rayleigh, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure. Boy, I'm tired. For another adventure into the universe of H.P. Lovecraft and the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. Until next time, good luck and good gaming.